PKA episode 471. Kyle?
A couple of sponsors tonight, Get Quip and Blue Chew. We'll talk about them later on the show, of course. But yeah, just the three of us. It is Christmas after all. It was hard to nab a guest tonight, but I don't think that's going to hold us back. Plenty of
Not
fun
at all.
topics, like lots of holiday cheer to go around. I'm sure we all had a wonderful holiday, whichever holiday we all. That's beautiful. Pitter patter, let's get at her.
This shirt
Very
was
nice.
such a disappointment. It was supposed to be a
nice shirt,
Christmas sweater. Online, it looked knit. It looked like a sweater, the picture that they had taken. After it came, and I was so disappointed. This is like a thick version of those high performance shirts that a professional gamer might wear. And it's not at all what it's supposed to be a sweater. And
On camera, it looks fine. I'm sure in person, it looks pretty shit.
It does.
It's some of that fabric where, like, if it caught fire, it would immediately melt to your flesh.
Oh, did you not bring this to war? Yeah, it's really bad. And,
Have you ever seen those old videos, like warning women not to wear stockings on airlines?
Yeah.
No.
They show what happens if stockings, like, first of all, don't wear stockings anytime, ladies, because those things are made of gasoline or gunpowder or both. I'm not sure which, but when they go up, it's like a flash fire. It's like flash powder, and they just melt to your flesh.
It's instant, and it makes them totally unfuckable.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We won't
ruins
want
their
you.
skin. Yeah, I certainly don't.
I mean, I'd
So
still
what's
fuck
the
it.
point of going on?
You know, isn't it funny? Like I don't. You know how like there's certain people you have the most empathy for, like just like
Burn
and everybody kind of burn victims are up there. People with lazy eyes are up there for me. Like just like weird little things like that. People with
Cripples.
speech impediments, I have that. Like if someone has like a bad speech impediment, I like in my head I'm like,
The Irish?
that's so terrible. The Irish, that's
Bringing
that's
that one
good.
back.
But like imagine like if a woman with like, you know, where burn victims get where like it's so bad that their neck skin just becomes like a line of skin where it's like if you ever were like, hey Susan, she'd have to turn her whole body around.
That's
like,
me the
at you
entire
because
time I
the-
trained Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Yeah, because the neck doesn't work going like this. But like if you were asked to give a pity fuck to someone who had bad burns on their body, would that empathy be enough to push you to do it?
I was on Reddit the other day.
The
and there
pussy
was-
is in play. Let me say the pussy's fine, not burned.
Yeah, what about the
Everything
opposite
else is
situation
kind of a mayhem.
where the neck is fine, but that poor woman spilled the McDonald's coffee on her pussy?
Oh,
Have you
that
ever
was
seen
all
the pictures of that
blistery.
bitch's legs?
She deserved every dime.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like that was like the meme for the longest time where it's like, if you can sue McDonald's for coffee being too hot, and then you look at the details and it's like, they served her 400-degree coffee. Like,
How
it was almost in a
it?
gaseous form by the time they handed it to
There's
her.
more to it.
I just imagine them handing it to her with like a ingot. They've got those pliers, those blacksmith tongs.
There's a thing. Here's the thing people don't know. McDonald's did a study, right? And the study said that it took 15 that people they had free refills on their coffee, and if they served the coffee hot enough, they could get out of giving free refills. So they intentionally served burning hot, scalding, dangerous coffee to save on the refill, and they were really guilty of hurting that woman.
Oh yeah. And how much is coffee? McDonald's, you bitch. You don't have enough
$1 for the
profit
biggest
already.
one they have.
I mean,
Yeah.
Taylor, if you think about the number of people they serve, it adds up to dozens of dollars.
That's true. Hundreds at the very least.
We're talking about the burn victims and not being fuckable. There was a double pitiable person, a blind burn victim
Oh,
lady
poor person.
was on Reddit the other day, and
Maybe
she
that's a blessing in disguise.
she can still feel it.
Did she burn herself because she's blind and like tipped over something like a
Was
candle?
she
I would
blind because she
imagine-
got burned?
Or did she just get burned and that blind her too? Because that's a two birds, one stone shitty
She
situation.
looked fine from the head up, but like
Okay.
her torso was just a real horror show. And
How are the
she's wearing a
tits?
bikini. I like a 6 out of 10.
Okay,
and
that's
given
workable.
her the burn victim bonus.
Ooh.
Yeah. Anyway,
Did it
she
look
was-
like half melted wax?
she's smiling, and they're like, she's wearing the bikini and she's smiling and she's all burnt up and she's blind. And the number one comment, I love her smile. It's like someone's trying extra hard to be nice this holiday season.
just no lift.
I'm not smiling. I'm grimacing.
You look absolutely ghoulish.
Rabid.
Uh,
Oh, she looks
Kevin-
ravenous.
burn victim, that's got to be the worst kind of injury to have. Is if it's on your face or a big part of your body. Because it's like, it seems like your skin just doesn't recover from that. You're just kind of fucked.
I wonder how well it can recover. Like, we've all seen the worst of it. But what does modern medicine do now with skin? Like, they can get you... People are very sensitive, especially to faces not being quite right. If you're just a little bit off, we're on top of it. But how well can they do now?
Not that.
I don't know. Probably not.
This
well
lady
enough.
was last week. All right.
Well, then she's not done, right? I want to see a woman who was burned 5 years ago.
That's what this was. These weren't fresh burns. I mean, she was like an old timey burn victim. There's nothing they can do. There's actually a movie coming out called Rabid or something
I'm not Googling this.
about this lady who gets terribly disfigured. This lady gets terribly disfigured. Her face, it's like the skin is ripped off her jaw, her like cheeks, and her teeth are all exposed, like and she goes to this experimental clinic that uses stem cells, but the stem cells somehow turn her into some sort of like bloodthirsty rabid person. It's one of those, like, it's a horror movie. But I would imagine stem cells is the next leap forward, because skin grafts, that's just
fish
not
skin
treating the underlying issue.
Yeah, fish skin is huge.
Fish skin.
We talked about this, where you guys thought I was lying when I said that trans person got a pussy.
I've forgotten this conversation, and I still think you're lying.
we went through it last time. I wasn't lying. It was
Taylor, are you new here? You expect me to remember?
Woody doesn't know what he had for breakfast.
Studies being like, we figured out tilapia skin. Like, if you burn yourself real bad, you can use that, and that apparently is pretty helpful. And it doesn't give you scales. Like, it apparently just kind of looks like.
Of course, it doesn't give you scales.
They use a scaleless scaleless fish, dummy. That's why it's all catfish.
Very smooth.
I just made that up. But
it's catfish. Yeah, that horrible catfish.
Oh, you can see the whiskers. Look.
Careful with him. He'll whip at you. He'll hit you.
Dude, while we're body shaming, should we move on to Joe Rogan?
Does he deserve
any body shame? He
deserves
that guy.
Praise.
Ooh, interesting. I thought I was going to have the only take on this. I didn't think... Here, let me pull up.
Like 55.
Oh my
looks
gosh, that's
powerful.
exactly what I think.
He's got an HGH body or TRT or something, but I'm fat. I can't throw stones.
He's
at him.
Not fat. He looks.
No. I said
powerful.
I'm fat, but he has an HGH body. You haven't seen this photo yet, but
I've seen
it.
He's
got. Oh, you have?
Yeah.
He's got that, like,
I'm gonna link it so you have.
Are way too big for my body. Look.
You have it in front of you.
Which is a side effect of HGH, right? Organ
growth. Oh, okay. All right. So look. His midsection. All right, so that's not fat.
Right.
One of the issues I think that we're going to have with this particular image is the resolution's a little low because it's like a screen cap or whatever.
Okay.
So what are actually abs look kind of like fade together and kind of look like flab, but he does have an unnatural look about him. It is an unnatural look. However, I'm going to go with that thing Woody says all the time about how, like, those old ladies with facelifts. Well, you don't look old or young. You're a whole new thing, and I don't think it's necessarily worse than the alternative.
Yeah, exactly. So I showed this picture to my wife and daughter, and they both thought he was horrific. And I'm like, I get that he's not your standard. I like Kyle's phrasing of a whole new thing. But when you look at 52, I'm pretty sure about that, 52-year-olds, I think that's a top 5% body.
52-year-old comedians who sit in a chair all day.
That's a top 5% body, I think. I think that whatever version of him that has never had testosterone and HGH and stuff. Now, maybe if your thing is being particularly sensitive to bubble guts or whatever, then you disagree. But, dude, whatever hypothetical universe Joe is out there, I think is way worse than that.
I mean, I didn't follow the picture and like read all the threads or anything, but what I was seeing from people, at least on Twitter of the picture, was like, no one was saying, "Oh, Joe's fat." No. It was more like, we knew it. We knew he was on a bunch of HGH. He's got HGH gut. Like,
got him.
That was more the take. As if like you couldn't tell, like his head might be almost as big as mine at this point. Like almost. Can you imagine if I got on HGH? I would look absurd. Big brow ridge, but yeah, look at his shoulder girdle, like the nice cut under his pecs.
He's got a nice cut under his pecs.
Build,
the traps next to his. If people don't know, traps is this muscle here on. It kind of goes from your neck to your deltoids like that, and you can look a little pencil necky, and like he looks buff. If you look from his neck to his chest. 1% better, very good. His belly, like some people are going to get turned off by that, but I see it and think, yeah, it's like a Brock Lesnar-y kind of big, thick guy, but not fat. He's
just got big organs now.
Yeah, I don't know. I wonder if HGH is worth it, right? Because correct me if you guys know more about this, but it's my understanding that people take HGH to pair with testosterone for all their joint health and their ligaments. Like, if you just take T, people get injured, at least in sports, like, hockey and whatever. But if you take HGH, then all of a sudden, like, you're durable as well as strong because you're on HGH. Does that sound right? Do you guys know more about this?
I don't know.
It sounded right, but when you asked, does that sound right? It made me question it.
Well, that's my take on it, that the HGH is supposed to make all your connecting tissue stronger so that you can work out without getting hurt. But if I'm Joe, I wonder if aesthetically just T would have been better.
Huh.
Maybe. How tall is Joe Rogan?
Very short, like 5'7".
His head is so big that it's making him look very short there. But his head is artificially inflated. So maybe
like his head makes him look short. I thought
yeah, because he's got like a kind of a dwarf proportion, like a Peter Dinklage feel.
Okay, I see it.
He looks like he'd mine well.
Oh, he would be a great miner.
I wonder how much he seems to have a lot of gold.
Faster, short distances.
What is that cool as fuck?
Some more.
What is that cool as fuck thing on his desk? Glowing green.
I didn't see that. Glowing green.
Oh, it looks like
next to the Nazi helmet lamp.
Yeah, it looks like a fancy clock.
That's what I thought it might be.
Is that a Nazi helmet?
I don't know what kind of helmet that is.
It'd be hilarious if it was. Just huge swastika on the side. He's like, no, I'm like a huge fan. And they're like, they're displaying all the flags behind you.
This is his best angle.
Yeah, this is
his arms look awesome.
Yeah,
yes,
looking yoked.
Yeah, and he's not flexing. I want to see him like literally pose, right? Because I'm looking at his legs. They look like strong legs. They're just not flexed right now.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm sure he has strong legs. Yeah, he works out fucking constantly, right? He'll post videos of him like making really aggressive grimaces as he's swinging battle ropes around. And it's like, this is
battle ropes.
It's just so funny.
I've never done battle ropes, but it seems like people get exhausted in like 12 to 15 seconds. I'm like, can you even get any benefit out of exhaustion in 12 to 15? Like, if Joe lasts 15 seconds, then I got what, 4 in me? Is that even exercising?
Yeah. That's one of those workouts, the battle ropes, where you watch someone do it and you're like, I could swing ropes, but I guarantee you get 3 swings in, you're like, oh no. Like, I'm tired. Look at this is tough. These are heavy ropes. I want,
But yeah, my family thought Joe Rogan had like they acted like he was a burn victim, like he was a repulsive, and
that's crazy.
It is. So guys and girls look at bodies differently, male bodies differently, right? I think guys really like value the muscles and the biceps and this and that, and I think girls look at who
bank
plays
accounts.
Deadpool? Yeah, right. Who plays Deadpool? Ryan Reynolds. I think they look at Ryan Reynolds as the near perfect. And then all the deviations from that are towards the negative. So even a guy like, I don't know, Thor's pretty perfect. But, someone who's even bigger and stronger, they might say, too much.
And isn't Ryan Reynolds
like the Bautista guy who plays, the purple silly alien. And
sure.
Like, that's too much for most people, I think.
See, but if you ask a guy... If you asked
think that's
me
too much.
And you were like, hey, do you want Batista's body or Ryan Reynolds? I'm like, dude, I want to be the guy who bursts into a room and people are just like afraid. I want to be like Mac and It's Always Sunny. It's like, I was barreling towards them.
It's like you're going to be giving people ocular pat downs and frightening the fuck out of them.
That's what I would want.
I would prefer Ryan Reynolds, I think. But Bautista, when I look at his body, all I think is like, how much chicken does he eat a day? Like, how many pounds of a fucking rotisserie chicken does this man have to eat? How much toilet paper does he have to go to maintain the shit life that he lives?
How tired is he of whey protein?
So tired. Right? So tired.
He hydrates on that shit.
Oh,
I think part of it,
way
I'm
too
just
big.
kind of looking into my own thought process maybe is like, you know how Kyle and I, very clearly different builds. You know, Woody and I more similar, but still different. Like, there's no reality where I could look like Ryan Reynolds. Like, I don't have that lean, lithe build. If I were to eat 500 rotisserie chickens a day and just do nothing but lift weights, like I could
you look like Batista.
a fatter.
I think you're just going to be you just it's your frame is different, you know. It's
that's
like,
what I mean.
Your frame is just different, you know. When I'm 150 fucking pounds, I'm like long and lanky as hell. Like when you're at 150 pounds, you look like a tent that somebody didn't put up quite right.
No, I do. Dude, I got down to like this was like 5-6 years ago or something, but the lowest I've been as an adult is 172 or something. Yeah. And when I got home for like a holiday there, because I wasn't lifting weights, I was just dieting and like eating really well. And like I was expecting people to be like my family and people be like, wow, like you're looking really good. But they were more like, you gotta stop. Like, you look really weird. Like you just look strange. Your frame does not fit 170 pounds. But yeah. I got to go on a real. In the 2 weeks leading up to the holiday season,
a little practice dinnering, right?
Get ready. No, I lost like 3.5, 4 pounds. I've gained it all back.
Well done.
Yeah. I've eaten so much meat, so much. My grandma sent me home with, and I weighed it on my food scale. I had to cut it into small pieces so I could weigh that much on my food scale. 7.5 pounds of beef tenderloin, cooked perfectly to medium rare. And I have been just demolishing that. Pretty much. I feel like a king. I need some meat.
Horseradish mayonnaise. And just...
I'm not beginning any kind of diet until the leftovers wear out, or run out, I should say. You know, like I've got that cranberry marshmallow thing. No one likes it but me. So, you know, it's a responsibility that I'll man up for. There's all kinds of turkey left over. I had turkey sandwich today. Yeah, the diet doesn't start until Thanksgiving. Christmas dinner's gone.
I didn't do anything for Christmas. I did no special meal, no gift exchanging, nothing.
My gift came in. I talked about it before. I got an out the front knife, and this is what it looks like.
Oh yeah, your Microtech.
It does that.
Cool. Yeah.
So it turns out, they're legal in North Carolina. It's okay to have one, but it's tricky to buy one. You can't ship it across state lines. So a friend of a friend sold them, and we managed to buy it in state. And it's really cool. I like it. I told the story where my friend, who's also into knives and stuff, helped pick it out. And I thought this switch on the side, trying to keep it on camera, would be easy, like almost like a button. But it's actually a lot of effort to sort of load it up.
That's for the best.
Goes to you're probably right. I didn't think about that.
Is this more of like just kind of a novelty? You like having it purchased?
No, that's a legit knife.
No, I know, but like was there a specific use where you were like, this out the front would be perfect? Or were you more like, these are fucking tight and I want one?
You're both right. So what I actually carry in my pocket is this thing. It's a Leatherman. I've had a few different ones, and I just look at normal people with no Leatherman in their pocket. I'm like, how do you get through your life with just your fingers and fingernails doing everything? You don't have a screwdriver for all the loose doors in your house. You don't have pliers for everything that needs tight gripping, and a knife for all your Amazon boxes. Like, you guys living with just your fingers, you're missing out. I've never been one to take a knife and what I would call abuse it, right? Like I've seen people who, like, let's say a nut was stuck on a stud and it was filled with dirt and rust. They take their knife and clean it out so it works better. Mm-hmm. Or if a screw needed turning, they use their knife. I've never used knives like that. I keep the sharpness intact. I use it where they're supposed to be used. It's just why the Leatherman is nice, because it has other implements on it that you can abuse. So this is like jewelry for guys to me. It'll probably live in a drawer most of the time, but I've wanted it for years, and now I have one.
Nice.
So that's it.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I've always liked those knives. I don't know why. I think I would look at them and see the price tag and be like, no.
Right? Especially for something you don't like use all the time.
It's not as utilitarian as a $400 knife should be.
Yes. Yeah, I have another knife. It's cheaper. Let me get it real quick.
Yeah, it's $400, $500. That company as kind of a marketing gimmick. So they make a couple sizes. I actually prefer the one tinier than that. It's very small. It looks like a pair of fingernail clippers, and it's just like click, and you got this little mini blade. But then as a joke, they made the Mega Tech
Oh, I saw that one. That one's got like kick when you open it.
So as a gun guy, maybe you can appreciate this. I like different actions on knives. And this one, it opens in a weird way. Like you take it and it goes out the side like that. And I'll do it with two hands just as better. But you sort of bend this sideways and then it flips up. And
it's very steampunk feeling. I like it. It's cool.
So I think that's neat. I've got this guy.
I wonder how much Band-Aid paid them to build it like that.
Yeah.
Like this is a butterfly knife that I think is cool, and I can hit mics with.
What if he took one of his fingers off right then? This is the best PK ever.
Dude, I bought a butterfly knife years and years ago, and I got way too confident swinging it around once, and I really gashed my finger pretty good.
I think everyone has.
You have to hold. Like I look at it, this side is the back of the blade, so it's not sharp. And when you bang it against your hand, you shouldn't get hurt.
Yeah, but you can forget if you're intoxicated and suddenly you don't have quite as many fingers.
Or if you just really am like, man, I can do this really fast now, and you just can't.
Or you're in public and there's a group of girls you want to impress. So what do you do but pull out your butt?
Ladies!
Exactly. Are you afraid now?
Ladies, have you seen my blade? Imagine how safe you'd be in public with me in dangerous areas.
So I think these are cool, but they all just live in drawers and stuff. Like, but
there are guys that think that way.
I've got this Smith & Wesson basic bitch knife that I bought years ago. Opens Amazon packages, A-okay.
Yeah.
I'm not allowed sharp things.
Is that true? I don't know what to believe.
I'm not allowed knives.
We have a.
No, are you serious?
Yes.
Oh, that is so good.
I was like, what about kitchen knives?
Yeah.
And he's like, keep them in the kitchen.
We have a box opening thing. It's on a magnet. We keep it on the fridge, and it's probably better than my knife. It's just not in my pocket. But it's a short enough that you cut the tape and not what's inside the box, and it does just the right job. And it's cool. But
anybody get any super sick presents? I know, Kyle, you said you didn't exchange presents at all.
What are you talking about?
No, but that was to yourself.
You know what I got? I got something for Jackie that I'm really enjoying. So she listens. Yeah, that's funny. She listens to like music or podcasts in the shower, and she puts her phone on like the ledge on top of the shower, and it's like it's a terrible system, and phone speakers suck. So I got her this Bluetooth speaker, and I didn't anticipate how much I would like it. It sounds really good, even over the noise of the shower. Then you can listen to podcasts or music or what have you.
I sing in the shower anyway, so I really like having. I added one of those a while back, the waterproof Bluetooth speaker, and it's just like get my fucking Journey playlist going, rock out while I get all soapy.
Nice, yeah. That was the best thing.
I only do it maybe like every 6 months. I'm not a shower singer. I know Kyle is. The only thing every once in a while is, when you hit that perfect resonance in your shower and it kind of vibrates and it echoes.
You've heard me sing.
The noise you're making. Yeah.
Ricola.
Ricola. I've never done that. That's a good one. But every once in a while, the only one I'll do is I'll hum like the original Halo soundtrack.
You're pretty good at the Halo soundtrack.
Yeah, and I'll even get to the point where at the end where it's like, oh, God, that's still like that's the only really song in any kind of, even Call of Duty never got me this way, but with Halo I was never even good at it. But like when that intro came on, I'd always watch the whole thing and be like, God, I'm like amped up to kill aliens now. I'm down.
One time Taylor dressed as a priest for like 2 Halloweens ago, and he sang the Halo thing, and I'm like, wait, he can really do that.
Yeah, I was good at it. But the real reward is when that top really resonates right in and it just sounds so loud in your bathroom. My bathroom is my master bathroom is way bigger than my old apartment one was, and so I can really get some nice tunage in there. And I've got some skylights in there, and I think that helps contribute to it. That glass somehow.
Well, the neighbors love it.
The neighbors hate it. Yeah, no, they can't hear me. But what's your go-to song in the shower?
Oh,
the one that you are just like, yeah, I'm really
Johnny
vibing. My voice is sounding good.
I sing that song Jolene a lot. I like that song, like not the Miley Cyrus version, not the Dolly Parton version. I like that song.
Miley Cyrus is. I was gonna ask you who does the best rendition of Jolene ever. To me, it's Miley.
I don't know. It's hard to say.
Who's the original singer? That
Dolly
is that
Parton.
Like Dolly Parton. Okay.
Yeah,
she got resonance just from those tits.
Those things are gargantuan.
Good for her. I'm proud of her.
She's got a great quote. I think it's something like, "It takes a lot of money to look this cheap."
Ah.
That's good. I like little self-aware burns like that. Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah. She's an interesting person. You know, she's got, I don't know. I know because I'm from here, but I bet the rest of the country has no idea. But she has her own theme park in Tennessee called Dollywood, and we used to go up there occasionally. It's a lot of fun.
I think I've been to it in Florida. Does that sound right?
I didn't know there was one outside of Tennessee. That's the one I've always gone to because that's where she's from, and she also performs up there.
Speaking of like novelty restaurants, this is probably like 10 years ago at this point on like a family vacation, or even more than that. But we went to Margaritaville, that Jimmy Buffett restaurant, and food was great, but every single song they play is a Jimmy Buffett song. And that gets old very quickly. Very quickly.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Not a fan. So Kyle, you didn't give any gifts or receive any gifts?
No. Nope.
Huh.
Oh, I sent Dad a coat. He always appreciates stuff like that. Every year when it gets cold, like he always buys those cheap socks that I guess everybody probably kind of cheaps out on them, but I always like send him a couple of not pairs but packs of those really, really thick Carhartt socks that are super cushy on the bottom and like keep your feet warm even in the coldest weather. And I usually send him like a really nice coat as well that's like, I don't know, like an outdoorsy thing that's neither Carhartt or camouflage or whatever else.
Child, both of those presents aren't that good. As an adult, it's like, this is a lifestyle upgrade, really.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah. I got a bunch of smart wool socks, and I can't wait to pop those bad boys on and have some comfortable feet.
Yeah. So I usually send him something like that. Nobody else gets anything, though. They don't deserve it.
Yeah, bastards. Nobody else gets. So you just preempt every single time, like, don't buy me anything. I'm being serious. I'm not buying you anything. Our gift will be our time together, or like that kind of shit.
Our gift will be our time apart. You won't have to come over here. It'll be great.
That does sound great.
I just don't do anything. Like usually. I think Kitty got me some gifts. I haven't gone over there to pick them up yet. I will, I guess, since she got me those gifts, because she's like sent me a picture of my gifts under her tree. I will get her something.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know what yet. I'll stop somewhere. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to get her. I'm going to have to figure that out tonight, actually.
Yeah. Well, it's the evening.
It doesn't
of the
26th. Matter. Russian Christmas. All right. Russian Christmas.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm
mostly. I hate that the days signify certain things anyway. Like I don't need all that. Why do I need a special day to put on a costume and roam the neighborhoods? All right.
Yeah.
Solid argument.
You don't tell me.
I call that Saturday. Yeah. Wander around.
The same thing with birthdays. Like I never want anything for my birthday. It's like, just, if you see something that you think I'd like, just get it for me. I do the same thing for, everybody else. It's not that I never give gifts. It's just that I don't like what I'm pretty sure is like corporate America shoving a holiday down my throat and be like, hey, it's time to boost the economy again, boys. It's that time of year. Yeah. And so I'd rather just be like, hey, I saw a thing I think thought you'd like, and I picked it up. So I give gifts. I give them pretty regularly, but something about them telling me that it's time to give someone a gift.
We're a single income family. My whole life is buying other people's shit.
Yeah, I remember when I bought my dad dinner for the first time. We all went out for dinner, and I got the check, and Dad was like, I think this is the first time in 40 years that someone else has picked up the check. I don't remember the last time this happened. I swear to God, I don't. Has this ever happened?
Yeah, I got some nice clothes that I liked. Like, and I like getting clothes now. That it's like it just saves me a trip to the store, which I hate.
Part of the gift.
And I haven't bought any clothes at all since I bought all of those Callaway short sleeve polo shirts when some idiot on a third party listing on Amazon accidentally priced them $20 too low, and I bought so many. So yeah, it's nice to get those little things. I got some house shoes.
Did your loved ones care enough to get you Hollister?
No, I didn't get Hollister. I got and it feeds right into Kyle's thing where he's like, do you do all your shopping at the Blues store? Because every single family member who doesn't know what to get me is like, here's a Blues shirt, idiot. Like, here's a Blues flag. Here's a Blues hoodie. Here's a Blues pair of pajama pants. And so I got like 10 more items of Blues shit. I got this. I bought this for myself, this Atlanta hoodie, because it was cold in the Atlanta airport. $45 for this shitty ass hoodie. Yeah. But now I can tell people, hey, Mr. Culture, and guess who's been to the Atlanta airport?
That's great.
Oh, you haven't gone? You haven't been?
I've
been. You
but...
must go. Oh, you haven't been to Bobby's Burger Palace?
Are you unfamiliar with the tram?
Yeah. I'm more of a Terminal B kind of diner. Yeah. The Atlanta airport is.
Do you fly Delta?
Yeah. Usually. Yeah. Well, if you go Delta, you pretty much always go through Atlanta. It seems like because that's their number one hub, right?
That's their central hub, largest, busiest airport in the world, and Delta has their own terminal, like their half, not terminal, but what do they call it? It's the entire half of the airport. Like they called it a terminal, but don't think like a branch of the airport, which is what most airports do. The Atlanta airport is split in half, and it's like, all right, Delta to the left, everybody else over to the fucking right. Yeah, you too, United. Come on, weird Alaskan thing with the Samoan guy on the.
I like that one.
I used to look at that one and think it was a Rastafarian on the thing, and then I looked hard. It's one of those images where it's like it could be a negative or a positive, and I was like looking at the negative image instead of the positive, and I was like, oh, it's a Native American.
It's a Eskimo.
It's an Eskimo, yeah. Which,
yeah. Right? I know,
like Native Canadian, right?
Oh, a First Nations person. Thank you very much.
Okay.
A North American savage.
North American.
I got my DNA test. I sent it off
today.
Did you win? But I don't know.
Did you win? Did you pass?
I'm so excited. You just spit in a fucking thing and bottle it up and send it off to these people, and then I'll get like a.
Thing then they use the random number generator and.
Maybe I'll take if the first one comes back funky, I'll take a second one. But I'm really
what Elizabeth Warren should have done.
That's totally. She should have sponsored by one of those companies that like.
If she had sent,
she'd be the best commercial ever, right? Sometimes you just don't know.
Chief, I just need a little bit of spit. Oh, it's gonna cost you. Came back. I'm 100% Native American.
She should have taken. Maybe she did, but if she had taken 6 of those and grabbed the most Indian one, that would have been a good move.
Or aggregate all the Indian and just pretend it's like, well, I took it 5 times and I got 0.5% every time. So that
she did take one finally.
Yeah. I wonder what you're going to get. I bet you're going to get, just as a little bit of poetic justice, more Irish than you want.
That's what I was thinking.
Not one drop.
It's a one drop drool.
So what do you think Irish you are? And I don't even know what I don't think German's like a race that you come back
Germanic.
as.
Oh, no, don't come back as German. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Germanic.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm fairly pale. I don't know. I've got a strong nose here, kind of a angry brow. Maybe white. I'm gonna say. I'm looking forward to
flavor of white?
Vanilla.
You're gonna be northern. You're gonna be mostly Northern European, I guess.
Yeah, that's my thoughts as well. But I'm hoping that there's some Native American mixed in there, so I can get away with more jokes.
Finally, go to college.
Really, you're just gonna give me the degree? Well, shit. All right.
I need mine to be a little bit black and a little bit gay somehow, so that I can make those jokes.
Yeah, it turned out you're homosexual.
Yeah, because the maggot and brother thing have been my sticking points lately. If I could just go back as a gay black guy, I'd be wrong.
Well, it doesn't actually test for gay, but there was a good deal of semen in your system.
So we're going to take a leap here.
Your saliva sample.
That's what we were talking about the other day. Like Like, what if I sent him a stool sample instead and waited for the result?
Just shit into that tiny little tube. It's just coated in diarrhea.
Just sent them liquid shit instead and just waited for whatever they put on the app.
Oh, it's all Irish.
It's just ... In the 18 years of our company's history, never, not once ever.
Your spit was 80 proof. Yeah, I don't know. I think I would be more Southern European.
I'm still getting over the semen in my saliva
Yeah,
sample. That's a winner.
It's a good line. We got that one in. That'll be interesting.
Take one because I bet you've got some Neanderthal in you. You got that.
I absolutely do. There's no chance I don't.
Like when they cast for that TV show Cavemen, you missed out.
Yeah. Have you seen that picture of the Russian diplomat who was also a professional wrestler? And he is the most Neanderthal looking guy. I gotta find a picture of this guy. It's so funny. He's just yoked. Come on. Is it Artur Temyev?
Yeah, that's him.
No, that's this guy looks pretty ridiculous too. Fuck, where is he? There he is.
I mean, if you look at Fedor Emelianenko, I think that's right.
That sounded right to me.
Emelianenko. I think there's an extra syllable, a ning in there, but
Nikolai
he looks like a real
Valuev.
fucking caveman himself. Oh my God, that's not real.
Yeah, no, it is.
Oh God,
he's 7'1" and weighs 323 pounds.
I've seen him before. Yeah, he's a boxer. I follow fighting sports, and
look at that brow.
Yeah, dude, you couldn't even give him a black eye.
This guy needs to go into acting right away. There's so many roles for him.
He's old.
Perfect.
Yeah, he's not a
perfect. We don't need him to be physical. We just need him to stand there. I heard for the new Lord of the Rings TV show, they're literally casting ugly people. They're looking for some real ugly motherfuckers for this new show to be orcs and stuff. And Reddit was like, so you're saying there's a chance? Everybody's lining up.
See, this could be my chance to get into the Lord of the Rings show.
We were talking
very ugly. Yeah.
Conversation my family had today. Can you think of any current women who aren't pretty in like actress world?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, Melissa McCarthy.
Melissa McCarthy's rough looking. So is that black lady from Saturday Night Live who was in Ghostbusters. She's hard to look at.
That's
Leslie Jones.
Yeah, she's like 6 feet, 175 pounds or something. She's a big girl, and she is hideous.
But I guess we're just kind of picking the fat women of Hollywood right now, right?
I mean, it's not the fat, it's the ugly.
Oh, I had it in my head that she was pretty heavy. I don't remember though.
I mean, she's just stout. I think is the best.
She's not attractive. Yeah.
She could beat the shit out of me. I know that for damn sure.
I'd love her to.
But Melissa McCarthy is a good one, and she's current. Like a lot of the ones that I was coming up with were old. Like Penny Marshall, she played Shirley in Laverne and Shirley.
No,
she's not pretty. Some of the ones that were floated were just people who aren't pretty anymore. That's
Sarah
bullshit.
Jessica Parker is rough looking.
See, I don't think that. I'm looking for someone. I think Sarah Jessica Parker could be the prettiest girl in her IT department, right? If she exists in regular life.
I disagree with that one.
Okay.
Whoopi Goldberg.
I came up with that one too. It's just a dated one.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Steve Buscemi, he's a man, but he's an absolute ghoul.
Right? Like one that violates the rules. I don't think Vince Vaughn looks very good. But on his way up, he did. Vince Vaughn was a handsome, thin, fit motherfucker. You know, and after he arrived, he kind of lost it.
Susan Boyle. That woman who was like famous for that one song. And that was the funniest clip when it went viral because it was before like, it was before like the big PC wave in the last like 5 years or so, where even the judges like Stephen Cowell were sitting there like, all right, sing for us, you fucking sow. And then she sings, and the response by the internet, everyone was like, wow, did you know that ugly people aren't terrible? Do you know they can do things like regular people? And like that was the wholesome message of like, look at this fat cow sing a song in a way that is great.
I expected ugly people to have no value at all. This is the general response.
Up until this point, I thought you should all be killed, but you've won me over with your song. Shut up, Mr. T-shirt. You're not even famous anymore. Or maybe he is.
That girl from The Handmaid's Tale, she's pretty rough looking. Her name's Elizabeth Moss. She was also in
Mad Men.
And
she was the worst, most annoying character on Mad Men. That's all I've ever seen her in, and it's left a bad taste in my mouth. She was just boring in that show.
Sandra Bernhard, always been a real hideous ghoul of a lady.
I'm looking at the Mad Men chick right now.
Mm-hmm.
So especially some of her less flattering photos aren't that flattering. But ugly, she's Hollywood ugly at worst.
That's fair.
Yeah,
that's fair. Like, but she's also being cast and compared right next to Hollywood people. Like, if you see somebody like John Hamm, a guy like John Hamm in public, he's the kind of guy you're like, well, goddamn,
you exist. You were one of the many options. Jesus.
Yeah.
I didn't know George
was a real ugly motherfucker.
Not as a kid though.
Willem Dafoe, also hideous person.
Good example. Steve Buscemi was a good example.
Rachel Dratch.
Danny DeVito is my favorite. There was no period in Danny DeVito's life where he was good looking, right? He definitely made it.
Now take a step back.
He is a goblin.
He looked okay. And look, in the 80s. Early 80s Danny DeVito with full hair. He had his angles. And as long as you didn't see that he was 5 feet nothing. Like he was a handsome man.
How do you not see that?
Early peak Danny DeVito is still not the third looking best guy in his IT department at a small company.
That's true.
But he's got charm too.
He does. Yeah. In the comedy world is where
I think he's like he still might be the best at getting ladies in his IT department because fucking Ishtar over there and is just gonna be befuddled when he sees this 5 foot tall troll of a man just pulling down the ladies because he's funny. He is Danny DeVito, so he's very rich and famous and working in IT inexplicably. And
if you're looking for ugly people in Hollywood, comedy's a good place to start.
Yeah.
Take a look at our podcast.
Words hurt, Taylor.
No, I'm the one weighing our average down. A short guy who I think is more to the argument Kyle was just making about DeVito would be Joe Pesci. Because Joe Pesci is very short and small, but he's not, I don't think, by any stretch an ugly man. Like, he's not that attractive, but I would argue that
Joe Pesci breaks the mold on some of this stuff in that, at least in my awareness, he got famous ugly, right? So even if Joe Pesci looked good in the 70s or something, I don't know, 80s, that's not when I saw him get famous. I saw him get famous in a couple mob movies, My Cousin Vinny, stuff like that. He played slumlords or even, was he in Home Alone? Right? Yeah. That might be one of his earliest hits. He was not a good-looking Home Alone character. If he was ever good-looking, that was prior to fame.
How do we feel about Maggie Gyllenhaal, Jake Gyllenhaal's sister?
I have to see more pictures, but in this IMDb choice picture, she doesn't look bad at all. I don't think.
She's an interesting looking lady, and I like that. And if you've ever seen The Secretary, she's very sexy.
Yeah.
Actually, someone brought her up as an example of a not pretty person. And to me, like, I'll buy the argument that she's not Hollywood pretty, but no way do I see her walking past me at a mall and think, oh, that poor lady didn't get any luck.
Yeah, well, an American mall in 2019, I walk around there and feel like a king. I'm like, oh man,
yeah,
that's a great way to build confidence. Is walking around a mall.
That's what Walmart's for.
Oh,
yeah, Walmart too.
You really are a fancy fella. You walk through a Walmart with shoes.
With shoes,
and I'm like, I'll be walking like back to the fucking checkout stand with name brand root beer and be like, man, I'm feeling pretty good about myself.
If I'm the one guy not using a shopping cart as a skateboard, why does it stick up his ass?
I'm walking around with Barks and I see like, Dr. Steve's Roop beer. And it's like, Roop. That's not even the tea.
Yeah, there's some rough folk over at Walmart. I haven't been in a while. I try to avoid it.
I
I
usually
go if
don't.
I absolutely need something like I needed a shower curtain rod a while back, and it was like, this is a Walmart item.
At this house and the one before, local to me was Target, so we're Target people. But when I travel, when I travel, I go to Walmart's, and that's when I'm reminded. Like, every town seems like a bad one. Like, if you go to a town's Walmart, you'll be like, this town's kind of a dump.
Yeah.
Have you been to the Hartwell Walmart yet?
Yes, I have. I bought a USB charger thing.
There you go.
Yep.
I got arrested there once.
Nice.
Yes.
Took me right out of that electronic section.
Get a load of that fucking loser. Yeah, those people judging you.
They didn't at all. Like I thought. I was like, this isn't that embarrassing. I'd be more embarrassed to be that guy right there right now than be in handcuffs. Goddamn.
We've all been there, friend.
Exactly. Let him go. Turn him loose.
Let he who hasn't stolen an overpriced Ethernet cable cast the first stone.
I had a pistol they took issue with. Apparently, they thought it was going to be that all the employees were hiding in the back. They thought I was going to rob the place.
They were just 20 years too early.
There you go.
It's just a gun. It's just a tool in the hands of a responsible adult.
There's not even a bullet in the. Oh yeah, there is. Huh? The safety. Oh, it's off. What?
Yes.
Well, it's on now. Shit. This has been a real eye-opening moment. I guess I was kind of dangerous there for a while.
There's an opposite thing of that too, like the antithesis of the Walmart effect, where I'm sure I don't know if you guys have like designer malls or anything like in your area. I'm sure you do, where it's like for rich people and shit, where it's like Saks Fifth Avenue and those kind of things. And I've gone to those malls before because they tend to have really good fucking restaurants in those ones. And there's like one mall called the Frontenac Mall in the St. Louis area, like closer to like downtown, not that close downtown, like, but it is absurd. Like I walked into Saks Fifth Avenue because that was one of the entrances, and to walk towards this like bistro, like this cafe to eat, and there was a pair of tennis shoes that just had rhinestones and bedazzling all over it, and it was $5,000, and it was insane. But just looking around that mall as I'm walking around, I'm like, oh man, I am bottom rung. In
it had the opposite effect.
Yeah, where I was like,
they walk around, see you, and feel better about themselves.
Yeah, they're like, Walmart's a couple miles back, idiot.
That guy doesn't actually play for the Blues, then he doesn't.
Yeah.
Security?
Sir, we don't have hats in your size. It's like, I didn't ask.
You have a moment like it's like that moment in Pretty Woman where they throw her out.
Exactly. I'm just trying to get to the cafe. Well, you'll need to find another way in, sir. You're scaring the customers.
They don't serve beanie weenies at the bistro, sir. Just make your way out.
You know, a place where I feel like I feel like everybody's mostly got it together in a store is at Costco. Because I feel like people are taking charge, they're buying in bulk, they're being responsible. Lots of family men and women there. They got a membership.
Yeah, they'll let just anyone into Costco.
Yeah, I feel like you do have unlimited samples, which is pretty cool. They used to do it all the time, but now I think they just do it on weekends where they give out a bunch of samples.
Yeah, we know why that happened. Somebody went in there and abused that system so regularly that they were like, whoa, Jesus, are you bringing your family here every day, sir? Yeah, it's lunch.
Yeah. No, dude, I love
offices
Costco's
are holding meetings by the free samples. Like, it's a lunch meeting. We just go to Costco and eat all the cheese.
I'm sure someone's done that. I used to love it though. Like Publix used to do that. I don't know if you have Publix grocery stores.
No, but I've been there before.
Tons of samples. Like there were cheeses, and they'd make those little tortellinis and stuff. And they're as a kid, grocery shopping was fun.
They got dope subs, like Subway sandwiches at Publix, because they make their own bread. They're so good.
That's where Whole Foods is good. It's like half a restaurant almost. Like you can go in there and get fresh food and subs, and like they cook this hot food in there.
Yeah, the Whole Foods I used to go to had like Japanese feeling. Well, first they were Japanese people, and they were making like sushi, like restaurant quality sushi back there, and it was like, God damn, like this place really is for the elite among us.
Ours is new. like I don't know, 6 weeks old or something. It's well done.
Yeah.
I don't.
What sucks though is I don't like how you can't buy like staples there that I like. Like if I want like diet Barks root beer or something, or any kind, or Coke, you can't get that there. You have to buy like Zevia or whatever their bullshit fucking special
Do
service.
they have Cheez-Its there? Good. Is that your
No. You have to buy. It's called like Aunt Anne's cheddar bunnies or something.
Those are good.
They are good, but they're 3 times the price. Jesus,
they are.
And they're not 3 times as good.
No,
not even close.
They're not.
So many things work like that. You double, quadruple the price, and they get 10% better. Kyle, you're on the edge.
I was just thinking that, like, if I buy American food, I don't care who prepares it. I go to Burger King or McDonald's, which I consider kind of that's American food. I guess burgers and fries. I don't care if there's a Mexican guy back there, an Asian guy back there. But if I go to a hibachi restaurant and there's a white dude wearing that silly hat going ting, 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 I'm walking the fuck back out. I came here for an experience, an authentic experience. If I go to a sushi restaurant and the sushi chef is not Asian, doesn't cut it.
You need to go full racist with this rant, Kyle. You need to be like, you know what? It's American food. I don't care if it's a Charlie, a Whop, a Kike. It could be anything.
No, this is the opposite. Kyle is not wanting to see a white, black, or Hispanic man appropriate the culture of Japan.
That's exactly
This is actually very woke.
Yeah. I just want an authentic experience if I'm doing those things. And like if I went to an authentic Italian restaurant, like I'm not talking about Pizza Hut, and there weren't Italians back there, I got a problem with that. But I went to the grocery store the other day, and they have what you described. They have a sushi chef over there making fucking sushi. He was brown.
And he was... You need real Japanese people make it. Well, the same way if you go to a Mexican restaurant, I don't want to see a white guy back there.
I won't have it.
There is
Mexican people back there.
There's a New York bagel place, not far from one of my doctors. It is a slice of home. Like everyone there is a New Yorker. They're in a hurry. They like, I don't know. I hear them talk and move, and like the way they make change is like, right, I grew up like this. You know, mind your P's and Q's. You can get in trouble for ordering too slowly. Like
that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I just watched that the other day.
I went to a Jewish deli with a couple of Jewish friends of mine, like within the last couple months, and they were like all excited to have me try Jewish foods where you put like smoked salmon and cream cheese on the bagel and you eat that. First of all, that is not a combo I would have ever put together myself. And it's really fucking good.
Yeah.
And I ate like latkes, like their potato, which to me, like very similar to hash brown, but it's a heartier, thicker hash brown. And so I liked that a lot. And the best part about this Jewish deli is it wasn't like a kosher Jewish deli. And so they were more than happy to throw bacon on things. They would have because I didn't know this until recently. You can't mix cheese and meat, or you can't mix dairy and meat for kosher food. And so if you wanted a cheeseburger, no dice. You can't do that. They would not add cheese if you go to like a kosher deli. But this place was like, fuck it. We're in America in 2019. Obviously, people want dairy on their meat products. And so it was a nice little mix of not too intense and still very tasty. So yeah, I didn't know I like Jewish food, but Jewish food.
That's why I get the ice cream burger. If you don't mix dairy with him with your meat, it's fucked.
Ice cream burger.
Can I have a hamburger a la mode, please?
Yeah,
I'm just imagining it.
An ice cream burger.
Like what would the temperature be?
It works on apple pie.
And lukewarm.
Cheese and apple pie, but both are hot. The cheese melts, and that makes cheese better. Melted cheese.
Ice cream on apple pie, right? Is that like a la mode? I like that. Not for you, huh?
That's a fair point.
No, it just means ice cream on top.
Oh, no, I like that. Yeah.
Now I know.
You didn't know what a la mode meant?
No,
you know some of the most ridiculous
vocabulary
stuff ever. You're spelling yarmulke last week. You don't know what a la mode means?
No, you're right. I didn't know it just meant ice cream on top.
Taylor's weaknesses involve ice cream and chicken procreation.
My retardation's just like deep pockets all over the place, and you just have to step into one of those sinkholes, and it really reveals itself. How do birds procreate? I don't know, and nor does anyone else. One of life's great mysteries. They spring out of holes in the ground. Yeah. When is that fucking Lord of the Rings show starting? Is there?
I don't know, man.
Any
in
update
the
on
meantime,
that?
you got to watch The Witcher.
Dude, I was going to segue into that too. I watched the first 4. Okay, first of all, Kyle's criticism of The Witcher applies to me times 10. What I've done is I pulled up The Witcher, and it's a pro tip for anyone who doesn't have Kyle's like freaking savant level of media recall. I pulled up the Wikipedia page, and after I watch an episode, I read the paragraph on what happened. And sometimes I got it all, and sometimes it was helpful. Like, because the way that he mentioned the time changes is super confusing. And the actors play the same people in both roles. Aging doesn't happen normally amongst these like witches and witchers and stuff. So there aren't the kind of context clues as to whether you're in the past or the future, unless you're really on top of your game. And so sometimes I go to the Wikipedia page, reread it, and I'm like, right, I get it now. I'm ready for the next episode. But I am still loving it. I'm only 4 episodes in, and there's 8, so I'm halfway. A little math for you guys. And it's like
nailed it.
Early Game of Thrones production quality. Like, do you remember early Game of Thrones production quality? It was really, really good, but
could be better.
Maybe you wish there was more dragon CGI budget, right? Like,
if they zoomed out just a little, the illusion would be shattered. Is that a Buick?
So I'm not going to give anything away, but there's a character who had a curse, and then he got uncursed, and he turned from a being that looked like a hybrid of a person and something else to a regular person. I wasn't going to spoil it, but yeah, he was a hedgehog person, and he becomes a regular person. Cool. Well, that happened off camera. So it's like, it would have been nice if they had the kind of CGI budget to really like reverse werewolf. But still, it looks fantastic. And I feel like I don't often compliment CGI, but it looks so good. It's attention grabbing to me how well done this show is. The fight scenes that Kyle mentioned, agreed. Amazing choreography on this stuff. I'm in love with it. I'm really enjoying The Witcher. I'm enjoying the story, but I also am glad that I use Cliff Notes after each episode.
So I read this thing about The Witcher, and I hope it's not true, but it almost seems like it is. So I think all the writers are women. And so this 4chan little post had pictures of their Twitters, all the ladies, and it's like smash the patriarchy, and and all sorts of stuff like that. And then they pointed out that the Nilf Guardians, okay, these are the bad guys, right? The big army that's invading and stuff. Take a good look at their armor, and you'll never be able to unsee what I'm about to tell you. They are penises with testicles. Their helmets are a penis head, and their armor are shriveled testicle texture.
What are they called again? I'm going to Google it.
The Nilf Guardians. NILF.
That's some fucking ugly armor.
Yeah, Nilf Guardians is one word.
2 thumbs down to that armor. That sucks.
They're penis men.
Yeah, I do see the shape you're describing.
Hold on, people watching. I'm getting you a picture.
Yeah, they're penis men.
So people are worried about the writers messing up the show. Not an unreasonable
I think that they
worry.
were mostly just pointing out that they're almost sort of making a statement with the bad guys being penises, and a lot of the good guys are gals. It seems like there's one major, obviously Geralt of Rivia is, or is it Geralt? Geralt, I think. I don't know. Is the main guy, and he's kind of he is the Witcher. But there's a lot of ladies. I love the show. I like it. I like it a lot.
Would you say too many ladies? I'm not as far in as you. I'm 1 episode in.
Here's my thing. You can never have too many as long as they keep getting naked at this rate. There's a lot of nudity.
When I saw the what I'll call the disabled lady still look banging naked, I'm like, yeah, Kyle was on point with this. Yeah, she fucks, right? She's on top. She's cowgirl, and she's fucking, and she's naked, and I'm just like, I mean, disability or not, 2 thumbs up.
Them titties ain't retarded.
And she like magicked an audience to watch them fuck and applaud when they came. It was so bizarre. At first I was like, are those why is everyone watching them fuck right now? I thought this was like done in secret. And then they disappear. I'm like, that was just some weird kink she had. Okay, all right, Jesus.
Wouldn't that be? Think of how much better fucking would be if you had an audience just cheering you on.
That's why I exclusively fuck on Chatterbait.
They got a big number one finger. Yeah, cheering you on. Yeah,
they're all wearing jerseys of you. 69 on the back.
They wear big foam helmets to.
Yeah, fuck.
That's literally that episode of Rick and Morty, right? You know, where he's like, he fills the stadium with everyone who looks at all like her and everyone who on the planet who looks like his dad. So his dad's watching him like have this crazy orgy and they're all cheering in the stadium while he fucks.
You know what I liked about, just the one episode of The Witcher that I watched was like, I don't even know much about the character or the universe or anything, but Henry Cavill, whatever his name is, Cavill, that guy is so cool.
Yes.
Like he looks dope. He looks awesome in his little outfit and shit. So I'm all on.
They said he was so muscular, he keeps wearing out the costumes.
Really?
Dude, that rules. That guy's awesome.
I like, so he played Superman, and Superman, when you get the role, seems like it's awesome. But then you realize everyone who's ever played Superman, it ended their career, right? Tell me the people who went on to have great post-Superman careers. Even if they're not paralyzed. Yeah. So they asked him, like, hey, are you worried about the Superman curse where it's going to ruin your career? And this is like as he first got the role. And he's like, yeah, a little, it's a thing that's known. But I saw him in The Witcher, and suddenly I am on board with this guy, like not too far from Chris Pratt. I want him to do well. I like him in The Witcher. Man, did they cast him properly? Like he is The Witcher. He is as Witcher as Robert Downey Jr. is Iron Man. Like he's just who should be Witcher. So that's part of why I like it.
I'm hoping to get more of a budget next year because I feel like if I point out some of the CGI shortfalls, it'll mess it up for others. But that big tarantula monster that he fights in the first 30 seconds of the show looked quite terrible to me. And then like the deer that's also in that scene is also CGI, and that looks pretty awful too. I didn't
catch what you saw, but so I will. I almost want to rewatch it and see if I agree. But I'll say this: we're not talking Walking Dead deer. With that, like no. It passed my test. You know.
Yeah, I just want it to be a little better.
The Witcher starts fast. It hits the ground running. And I wasn't prepared for that. Like in the opening 30 seconds, he's already battling a notable monster.
Mid-battle is where the show starts. Like the show begins, and he's mid-battle with a giant swamp tarantula man.
Yeah, buckle up. It's a nice way to kick off the whole series. I might follow it. I was going to say, I can imagine how I might follow it better if I had played the games. Like maybe a little background on the characters or lore or something would have been helpful.
Beautiful. The game is beautiful, although here's the thing, and I don't know if this is your type of game. It is an intensive RPG. In my brief experience with it, it was enough to turn me off. And I just wasn't feeling that kind of game right then. I love Fallout. I've played Skyrim and Oblivion. I ran through all those games, all the Fallouts. And there's a lot of talking in those games, and I'm okay with it. But at this point in my gaming career, I'm going back 3 years or so, I wasn't wanting to do that right then. I was in more of I wanted to play PUBG or CSGO or something. I wanted something fast paced and cooperative. And so I picked up The Witcher as soon as I got that 4K monitor that I had then. And I just didn't love it. There was just a lot of talking, and I wanted something more fast paced. But the game is gorgeous. It's one of the best looking open world games I've ever seen. The combat's difficult from what I remember. Maybe I was playing it on a harder difficulty, but he's got like a silver sword and an iron sword or a steel sword, I guess, and one's for monsters and one's for people, and he's got his magic and his potions, and there's alchemy going on, and I don't know. I was getting bogged down by side quests, and I lost interest, but it's a cool fucking game. I probably should go back to it now that I've enjoyed the show. I finished the show. Watched all 8 episodes, I believe. Finished it up the other night. There better be a season 2, or we're not going to know much.
It's not a miniseries, right?
No.
No.
It has to be. I feel like it's been really well received.
Yeah, everyone's talking about how the IMBD or no, the Rotten Tomatoes or something like that was terrible, and from the critics, and then they found out that the critics literally watched like the first episode, then skipped to like the 5th episode, watched that, and then gave a review.
How can you? What?
Yeah,
they're professional reviewers. What else are they doing all day?
They
have to skip the 3.
They've been getting a lot of shit because of that. There's been a lot of articles written like shitting on them for doing that, because the Rotten Tomatoes fan score is like 89, 93, somewhere in there. Yeah, everybody's really digging it, and I feel like it's come at a really good time. If this had came out 2 years ago, like mid Game of Thrones, I don't know about this show. Well, there's not even any dragons. Look at that dragon, looks like shit. But this is
we're thirsting for this show right now.
Yeah, people have a big hole of fantasy in their heart left by.
Have you gotten to the episode where there may or may not be a dragon yet?
No, they just got married.
Okay.
Yeah.
What an absurd.
I don't know what's coming.
You like how I did that?
Now, have you gotten to the movie where the ring may or may not be thrown into Mount Doom?
No, they just got married.
You haven't seen the one where Bruce Willis may or may not be dead the whole time, have you? Check it out.
Good movie.
Good ending.
That is a great movie. That was the first movie I can remember watching where a twist absolutely got me. I was maybe like 12 years old or something when I first watched that.
Yeah.
And first of all, that scene where, who is it, like Jonathan Taylor Thomas or whatever the fuck young kid is in it. I don't remember his name.
Haley Joel Osment, I think.
Haley Joel Osment, one of those 3 name kids. And he went into his little sheet fort, and then he's got his light, and he's and he turns around, and that girl's like, that scared the absolute shit out of me. That was the first time in a movie I remember, because I hadn't watched many horror movies, so I was only 12. That scared me to death. But at the end of that movie, like I'd never had a movie blow my mind like that. Like the second time you watch it, of course, you like to pretend that you're smarter than you are, where you're like, if I'd been actually paying attention to the clues, I would have put all this together.
But you wouldn't.
Like when they're sitting having dinner and he's like trying to get her attention and she's not responding or anything.
Yeah.
All those little tidbits. But yeah, that movie holds up for sure.
Whenever I'm dating someone, I like to take them on these like movie adventures, and that's one of them. I asked them, have you seen The Sixth Sense? And if they say no, I'm like, oh, you're gonna like it. And I don't, that's all I'll say. And then we watch it, and I love to like look at them as their mind gets blown out of their fucking skulls right at the end. The same way that like the Game of Thrones episode where the Red Viper of Dorne fights the mountain, and has that crazy ending where the mountain crushes his skull. I watched that with my girlfriend at the time, and I had already seen it, and she came over, and I'm like, yeah, let's watch the new Game of Thrones. I already saw it, but I'm not gonna say a thing. And just looking over there at her when she's just like, yeah, oh no, and he's just, and it like it's that thing Woody always says. It's like, all right, we can come back from this.
Yes.
We can come back from a punch. He lost some teeth, but I mean, I'm sure he's rich as fuck. They'll put some gold ones in there. He'll be, oh no, they don't have glass eyes. I've seen the eye patches in this show. That's and the skull's gone. All right, he is. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
he's dead.
Jesus.
Yeah. I remember doing that, like, because I think the Red Wedding came out. That was like season 3 or something when I was in college, and I used to have with probably like a dozen or so.
You were
friends.
In college during this. It's so long ago.
I know. It's fucking weird, but like I had like a dozen or so odd friends and their girlfriends or whoever that would come over to my apartment, and we would watch every new episode. And me and one of my good buddies, Matt, had read all of the books already. And so we knew what was coming with the Red Wedding episode. As soon as we saw the title Red Wedding, we're like, fuck yeah, make sure nobody misses this week at Taylor's. Everybody go, it's going to be great. And nobody but the 2 of us had read the books. None of them knew it was coming. There's probably 8 of them in the 2 of us. And some sneaky bitch, like started noticing patterns. Like as soon as the Reigns of Castamere started playing, and Catelyn gave that like that Marge Simpson like not sure about what's going on, like worried face. He goes, dude, why does she look like that? What is she so worried about? Something's about to happen. And I like jumped in and I was like, name one time Catelyn hasn't looked like that, dude. And he was like, yeah, I guess you're right. And then 40 seconds later, they're getting stabbed to death. One of the girls started crying. It was real good.
That is good. That's outstanding. Yes. Dude, Game of Thrones was so good.
It was, dude.
And
for sure, especially that season.
And then they ruined it, and it'll never be the same again. I will never rewatch that show.
No.
All of my favorite shows, I rewatch every like 2 or 3 years. As soon as they're not quite fresh in my head anymore, and I can't remember exactly A to B to C, the plot points. Oh, it's time to watch The Wire again. It's been 2.5 years. Oh, I can't wait to watch The Wire again. I'm never going to do that. I'm never going to do that because the whole time I'm going to be watching it going, well, this didn't even fucking matter.
Yeah.
Look, oh, look, Sam found some shit at the Fist of the First Men. Oh, look, it's a horn. Does that mean anything? Nope.
Not even a little.
Thing. Oh, look, it's the magic woman with the fucking chandelier on her face. I bet she's going to play a fucking key role later on. Oh, no, we'll never hear from her again. Oh, okay.
Who's the Aurora Kai? Is that it?
Azor Ahai.
Azor Ahai, thank you. Yeah, look, I just get close enough to get the assist.
just close enough for us to slam that puck home.
Yeah. People look like I'm an idiot, but really, these are alley-oops.
Yeah. Sounds more assists than Gretzky in the name game.
Yeah. And I don't know that we guessed about that forever and ever and ever. It never even played a role. Hell, the whole R plus L equals J. Does that sound right? Did that even play a role? Did it matter?
The only thing that it mattered was that it seemed like the dragons let Jon ride them because of that, and it kind of soured his sexual relationship with Dany. That was the biggest impact, in my opinion. Just me thinking right now that even had on the fucking show. Like it was interesting to know. Like, oh yeah, okay. Ned Stark protected him that whole time and kept that secret and dishonored himself. Ned's been dead for 5 years, dude. Like. If I'd learned this 3 years ago and then it meant something, then it would have meant something.
Game of Thrones was beloved because they didn't always give you what you wanted, right? They did that so well. And then they completely moved away from that formula. It used to be that actions had consequences, and doing the good thing, like often happens in life, doesn't always work out for you. You know, self-sacrificing and to do the right thing, and behaving with honor, that can come at a cost sometimes. And in Game of Thrones, it always did. And then they just moved away from that formula where everyone's fine, everyone's happy.
Yeah, it's ruined. It's ruined. It's like it's ruined the same way House of Cards is. I know that especially Taylor has a pretty low opinion of like the middle seasons of House of Cards, but oh my God, did you guys see Kevin Spacey's?
I purposefully haven't watched it because I wanted to save it for us.
Wait,
roll it out.
What is it?
He made another. Remember, like a year ago around Christmas when Kevin Spacey did that video in character as Frank Underwood.
Where you want him back?
He did it again.
Well, we'll have to check this out.
He did it again inexplicably, for no reason, seemingly. He just did it again.
You know what else happened? Is like the second or third Kevin Spacey accuser in the last 6 months has killed themselves. Did you hear that?
Holy shit! He Clintoned them.
Yeah, I was just gonna say Kevin Clinton. Are you guys ready to? Is there music in it? Can you guys?
I haven't watched it yet.
Hang on,
I bet there is.
There is some very, very low piano music.
We can try it. I guess
it's so low.
All right.
Well, it's like it's the kind of music that I would be surprised if it's copyrighted. It's like ching-a-ling-a-ching, ching, 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 ching.
Yeah. It's Chopin isn't hard scoping the.
Probably somebody is. Let's play it.
Kevin Spacey uploaded it, to his YouTube channel here.
I've got it loaded. You guys ready?
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Ready, set, play.
You didn't really think I was going to miss the opportunity to wish you a Merry Christmas, did you?
I did.
Yeah.
Good year. And I'm grateful to have my health back. And in light of that, I've made some changes in my life, and I'd like to invite you to join me.
Yeah.
As we walk into 2020, I want to cast my vote for more good in this world.
Oh.
Ah, yes, I know what you're thinking. Can he be serious? I'm dead serious. It's not that hard, trust me. The next time someone does something you don't like, you can go on the attack, but you can also hold your fire and do the unexpected. You can kill them with kindness.
What the fuck? Huh. And that's the end.
Is he threatening accusers right now?
Multiple
Oh my
have died
God.
in the last 6 months. Yeah.
Was that a threat to any accusers who might come forward?
I didn't
That's
view it
so
through that
good.
lens.
I did.
Dude, you know what, Kyle? I was wrong. I'm back on Team Spacey.
Team Spacey forever.
Yeah.
Number one comment. I still can't get over that he's really just fully accepted this role as a full life movie villain.
A full life or a real life movie villain?
A real life movie villain. Yeah. I didn't read well.
That's great. Like, dude, the amount of confidence it takes to get called out on molesting underage people and then just be like, I'm actually going to stand my ground and just pretend to be a character for a show that was canceled 3 years ago. You know, like, what the fuck are you thinking, dude? Clearly it's working.
Have died this year, I think. Let's see.
Yeah, from
unnamed,
suicides.
both committed suicide, and a third accuser, a woman, died in a car accident. All these people died in 2019. If you don't see a pattern here, you're brain dead.
That is pretty crazy.
Somebody goes, seriously,
I'm not
it smells like Hillary spirit.
But where are the pieces fitting?
Fourth comment. Quit killing people, Kevin.
Quit fucking killing people. That's great. That's so good.
Here's another one. Right under that. Kevin, stop killing and sexually assaulting people.
You and your restrictions. This is America. We have freedom here.
Oh, one of them just killed himself yesterday, apparently. Ari Ben killed himself over Christmas, this says.
The day after he posted that video. Kill him with kindness.
This guy goes, good video, but I disagree with you murdering your accusers.
He didn't murder him. He died of kindness.
Yeah.
Somebody's like, he's stoking that fire terribly.
I kill him with kindness. Now, kindness is what I call my trusty blade. Yeah, that's so funny that he's just rolling with the punches of, hey, you molested people and now they're dying. And he's like, but have you considered a silly quasi-Louisiana voice telling you it's fine and to just kind of slap at a fire with the poker intermittently? Yeah,
does that sound like
to me too?
Does that sound like a Georgia accent to you, Kyle?
It's supposed to be South Carolina, and no, it doesn't.
Wait,
I thought
it
was
is
like
Gaffney.
Louisiana.
Oh, I'm sure you're right. I just remember the big
Gaffney.
peach thing on one of the episodes.
There was a peach there in Gaffney. Yes.
Okay. Am I wrong?
Gaffney.
Isn't that peach in Georgia?
There is a peach in Georgia.
Okay. All right. The one in Georgia, is that the one they used to represent it being in
I have
Gaffney?
no idea.
Okay.
Let me see if there's actually a Gaffney peach.
Because I think that I drive by that peach sometimes, and
I'm a fucking idiot.
Nope,
I thought he
it's
was
in
supposed to be
Gaffney.
from Louisiana this whole
The
time.
peachoid. It is 135 feet tall. It's in Gaffney, South Carolina, and it resembles a peach. The water tower holds 1 million U.S. gallons of water, and it's located off the Peachoid Road.
Can
by
you link
Interstate
it?
85.
There's a whole thing as to whether or not the drain or fill spout is an anus or a clit or something.
Yes.
What?
I think that
Well, that was the premise. That was the whole point of one of the episodes. They found it distracting. And crashed the car and died.
all right.
It looks like a clitoris on an upside down vagina,
Yeah.
or like a tiny poop coming out the bottom of a butt. Far too low, mind you.
Yeah, I'm gonna go clit because that's about where it belongs.
Well,
But
that's
upside down.
actually- if the woman's upside down, yes.
Yeah. I have
I
done
wish you
this.
hadn't corrected yourself. No. That's where it is, Kyle. Right next to the butthole.
Right below the butthole.
At the top of the ass crack, really. Trust me, the ladies love it. There are men that I wish we could find one of those people who like has lived a full life. You know, they're 40 years old or whatever, but there's something they don't know that they should know, like what a la mode means.
I was going to go with chicken appropriation.
Or where chickens come from.
Yeah.
That's also fair.
I think you top not how to sext people. I don't know. Maybe I'm biased in my grading system, but I feel like not knowing the hardness of your dick is a lesser thing than, chicken sex.
I agree. Yeah, unbiased. Yeah. Turns out some birds don't have penises. I know that because someone linked me an article and said, hey, if you had picked a different bird, you might have not looked like such a retard.
Which bird doesn't have a penis?
I don't know, at least one. I didn't actually click on the article. Maybe it was a joke.
So it's possible you've been double duped.
It's possible I've been absolutely bamboozled once again.
Wait.
It's entirely possible.
Most birds don't have penises. There are almost 10,000 species of birds, and about 3% of them have a penis. These include ducks, geese, and swan, and large flightless birds like ostriches and emus. But eagles, flamingos, penguins, and albatrosses have completely lost their penises. Wait, chickens have no penises.
Cocks don't have cocks?
Was I right the whole time?
Oh my gosh.
No, I choose not to believe that.
In all of these species, males still fertilize eggs by sending sperm into their body, but without any penetration. What? Instead, males and females just mush their genitalia openings together, and he transfers sperm into hers in a maneuver called the cloacal kiss. Hal, maybe you know that word?
Cloacal kiss.
Cloacal kiss.
That's it.
2 dunnocks demonstrate the move in the video below. All right, well, let me help you with
Let's watch that. That can't be too lewd.
No, it's
Look at me, vindicated.
Because that is not where they came from.
No, I knew they came from other chickens.
So I'm gonna just click on this video and watch a cloacal kiss. Is that what it was?
Yeah, a cloacal kiss.
I hope it's two human beings dressed as birds.
they're not furries, but featheries.
Should I be watching the duck penis right now?
I'm on the top video.
Yeah, the duck penis.
No, it has 2 lighted birds.
Oh, okay.
They're surrounded by what looks like grass, and he is just oral sexing her. I think
he's a gentleman, a man of taste.
When does the kiss happen?
I'm pretty sure that's them smushing their genitals together. There's no actual like.
No. There
is no fucking.
It was beak to butt, and I'm sure that's not how it's done.
He's got a. I don't know.
I'm looking for
that bird box.
That should be tweeted at you tomorrow. Wow, was it that fast? It was.
Yeah, because boom. Fire that cum in there from your cloaca.
So the cloacal kiss,
There's no way that constitutes fucking, and so I will take this victory.
I won't give it.
It's already been taken.
Touche.
I knew it. I knew chickens didn't fuck.
What?
I didn't actually.
I didn't know for sure they did, but I just went with Kyle because I thought he was a subject matter expert.
Shout out to the guy who tweeted me that. Big dick energy. Thank you.
What the fuck?
The argument wasn't whether or not they penetrate with a penis. You seem to think that they just asexually reproduced like some other creature.
I interpreted it as
like eggs just form inside of a hen and then it falls out a bird.
No, I was meaning more like, you know how you can watch dogs fuck, where it's like there's humping, there's movement. I watch a lot of dogs fuck, and like birds, I've never seen that.
I've
never seen a bird fucking a fellow bird. I guess ducks do. But like albatross, chickens,
I've definitely seen birds fuck.
With
geese, it might be one of the
3%
that have penises with which to fuck.
Because I've seen like one bird like really, they're all flappy while they do it, and the other bird's like, what are you doing? And then
I feel like I've seen that too. And with ducks, ducks, don't they famously have like a super long penis that's also like oiled or
Barbed or
something.
something.
It's
Yeah.
like a pipe cleaner almost.
Oh
A
God.
very unattractive penis.
Yeah, dogs have ugly penises too.
They do.
I think that's a good look.
I like a pretty
You think
penis.
The lipstick is a good look. The dog.
You haven't seen the whole thing.
Yeah, you're right. I have luckily not had to deal with Teddy and Fozzie
Yeah,
firing
on
the
the
little
other
lipsticks
hand,
out.
like I'm ripping on the lipstick penis, but maybe it's an upgrade if both male and female provide some sort of lubrication in the sex,
Oh yeah,
right?
Yeah.
I think so.
I'm
The
sure
dog
my
comes ready, willing, and able.
right. Whereas my dry dick requires a little warm up on the lady's side.
Yeah,
That's true. That's true.
or some lard.
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 Really anything wet.
I thought that's
blood.
what they used in the old times, right? Maybe a little lard.
I don't know.
Is it lard?
I don't
Like,
know what they would have used. They probably would
Lard's-
have wanted to save their lard for eating,
Mm.
right?
Mm.
I think there was enough lard to go around.
You can use Crisco.
They didn't have Crisco back
Sure,
in
sure
the
you can.
day.
I imagine that's right. I've been
Coconut oil is rather effective too.
Mm.
I've
Solid
never
at room
used coconut
temperatures and it
oil
melts
as
at
a
body
lube, but
temperature.
I've always heard it's very good.
Yeah,
Is that
and
do you go
smells-
to that ever, or are you always
I have,
the wet
yeah.
platinum man?
I've known girls who had like poor reactions to other kinds of lubricants,
Mm.
and we would use coconut oil because the interesting thing, like it's solid at room temperature, so you've
Yeah.
got like a jar of something that's sort of not peanut butter. That's completely wrong. I don't know. You sort of like dig some out of there, and like it melts in your hands.
It's like a Vaseline texture when you scoop
No.
it out of there.
no, it's
no, it's
Oh, I've done
harder.
that when I've cooked.
It's like
it's hard to
it's
describe.
almost
It's-
flaky if you were to squeeze it.
Yes, you can if you like scratch it with your fingernails, it'll like flake off and like roll up like you're like I don't
had
know.
a big
like,
tub of it.
like when you work wood,
yeah.
like the way wood sort of like rolls up and flakes off. It's a weird consistency, but it melts and it smells and tastes nice.
Yes.
My AC broke like 5 or 6 years ago, and I had a big tub of coconut oil. And when I went to open it one day, it was just a jar of liquid. It was that hot in there that it had totally.
Well, you
melted.
should have
But yeah,
dipped your cock in it and got down to business.
I could have.
Hell
I could have, and I'll kick myself every day.
Or
not-
as it cools off, at one point, it had to be a fuckable bucket of coconut oil.
Yeah, I go stand near my open fridge with my penis in it and wait for it to cool down enough to harden so I can
3
fuck
more minutes and this will be some primo coconut oil.
Yeah. Get out of the kitchen. I'm busy.
I don't need you judging me, sweetie.
You leave my coconut oil alone. I'm making cookies.
I purchased this.
Taylor, I'm right here. I'm in a,
Yeah.
I'm in a teddy. No, bitch. This is a once in a lifetime opportunity.
Yeah. I mean, what about other oils? Could you like fuck with olive oil if you wanted?
Yeah.
Or would that mess up the? I know it's kind of like an Olympic pool down there for women. You got to keep the pH right. Remember to shock it. Like, do they? Does olive oil throw them off their?
I prefer a
Schedule.
salt water pool myself. Yeah, I think you'd be okay with some olive oil. I've had dermatologists tell me it's really good for your skin before.
Is it
Now I
okay
bathe
with
in
the
it.
inside of the puss?
Yeah.
I would think if you can eat it, then you can fuck with it, right? I think that's a
Anything you
general
can
rule
eat.
of thumb.
If it can go in your mouth, it can go anywhere else you
So
want.
how does peanut butter as lube sit with us?
Well, the dog loves it.
Yeah, there'd be some great smelling sex. Yeah, it smell like peanut.
It's like,
butter.
you know, I don't get me wrong, I do want to finish, but I also want a peanut butter and jelly
Yes.
sandwich. She's like, wait, is that chunky peanut butter? Are you insane?
Damn it! I had that
You
same
said
thing
yes
in
to
the chamber.
peanut butter. You didn't specify.
There's gonna be a whole new like Skippy chunky for her pleasure. See?
Oh,
It's like an IUD, but you just fuck one of the full peanuts up in there. It's very dangerous. Not recommended.
did you shit yourself or? Oh no, I forgot. It's peanut butter. Oh, that'd be so gross to fuck with peanut butter as lube.
Yeah, Skippy.
It's just like I can't remember where this came from. If it was like, but someone was describing a situation where like they put like chocolate sauce in the girl's ass crack and like licked her butthole with chocolate sauce on it. And he was like, in theory, great idea. In practice, disturbing visual. I can't remember what that came from. It was a TV show or a comedian or something I saw.
That is a terrible idea for food play.
Yeah,
I've never done anything with food play. Have you guys?
Whipped cream and
Fucked around
chocolate
with
sauce,
food?
actually.
Oh no, I've
used
done
those.
those things where it's like you'll go to a sex shop and like buy like some like sugar or something. They'll sprinkle on your dick and then suck it off. But like that, I don't think that really counts as food play. If you can buy it at the sex shop,
I use Pop Rocks.
Really?
Really?
I've tried that. Yeah,
no, not really.
Oh no, that was
you
the
really
thing.
use Pop Rocks?
Yeah, no. So the thinking is her mouth. Yeah, no. The idea was if you were to get a blowjob while she has Pop Rocks, that it was something special, and it was.
Oh, I thought it was like how people will like blow cocaine into each other's assholes. Like maybe.
No.
Woo! I'm feeling it now.
It was probably like the equivalent of an internet meme before the internet. Like, oh, blowjob with Pop Rocks is next level. We'll see. And it's not.
Oh, it's just sticky.
And it burns.
I feel like
it wasn't much
your
of anything.
pee-hole.
You get a pop rot in your pee hole, you're gonna feel a little differently about this whole scenario.
Well, maybe you're right. Yeah.
Edible underwear is always incredibly underwhelming because in your head you picture like a nice pair of underwear, but they're made of underwear. In reality, you get the most adult fruit roll up of all time.
And guess what? It's been sitting in that sex shop for way longer than the fruit roll-ups at your local grocery store.
Yeah.
And so it is not a pleasant tear of a fruit
Got a good
roll-up.
chew to it.
Yeah, it's a.
We've never
it's like
done that, but it
raw
strikes me as a yeast infection risk.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
Yeah, you don't want to put sugar on the gash. Those
I
things
don't
are
get those.
incompatible. That's touche.
I don't know. But I also don't care. That's not my problem. Yeah, your problem now, bitch.
Well, I'm gonna get used to. Well, then what's the problem?
Yeah.
There's a great episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm when like it's the one I was telling you about the other day where Larry and that Jewish lady are stuck on the ski lift, and she's like, "I can't be with a man after sundown." At the same time, he's starving, and he looks in his pocket and he's, edible underwear. It's like a callback from earlier in the episode. And he wants some, and she's like, "Get that away from me! Get that away from me!" She's more and more uncomfortable, and she's like, "Somebody's got to jump. I can't be with a man after sundown." He's like, "Are you fucking crazy?" I'm not jumping.
Is she religious? Why can't she be with a man?
Yeah,
Oh,
Orthodox,
Orthodox.
Jews,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she can't be with a man after sundown. She's a single lady, and so she has to jump off the ski lift from what looks like 20, 25 feet. Like she's up there. Like it's not like a hop. She's up there.
Does she get hurt?
They cut. It's a comedy show. Larry just goes, he just looks down at her smushed body and has another bite of his strawberry underwear. And he really needed her father to like him because he's trying to get a liver for his friend Richard Lewis. And that guy, the lady's father is like the main liver transplant guy or some shit. That's a great show. It's just like Seinfeld, but a little different.
I need to watch more of it. I haven't gotten through that catalog. I think I've only watched like one season of that show.
Yeah, you got to get into it. It gets better as it goes. And so does the camera work improves. And Larry's got a weird work ethic. He's a billionaire. So he's like, I feel like doing a season. I think I'll take a couple years off. Yeah, let's do 2 seasons now. He's just kind of on and off. But the whole cast always comes back, and they've got tons and tons of really good guest stars, like really famous people. The new season's coming out soon. I think it's season 10.
Still going. This story might be out of date, but they removed... I've always called it TikTok. It's Toe Talk, the app.
No, it's TikTok. Unless Toe Talk is some offshoot.
Oh, that's
thing
the
I
foot
haven't heard
fetish
of.
one. That one's better.
Yeah, that might be. That would take off.
Fuck, this changes.
Woody, delete the podcast. We're starting this now. We're starting.
This changes everything.
Ooh, I'm gonna own the Harry catalog.
I thought that giant popular app called TikTok, where like they have, it's mostly videos with like a twist or a turn in it, was removed. And the whole time it's been Toe Talk, which is a spying tool used by the United Arab Emirates government. It's a messaging app. And I was like, can you believe TikTok? Like careers were made on this thing.
Yeah.
It's such a...
You're just feeding info. Yeah.
I'm a retard. It's just
the way
similar.
She goes. Yeah.
It's even like written kind of similar. Like, I don't think that's...
Might be intentional.
Right? I was going to say, I don't think it's accidental. Like, you look at words, you don't really look at every letter as much as like you see the outer shape of the word.
Yeah, it's like a pictogram.
That's, I think, what happened to me. So,
yeah.
Well, this isn't. I just realized after I brought the story up that TikTok hasn't been removed and wasn't a spying app all along.
Well,
the more you know.
Okay.
Do we have any fine companies that we need to hear from?
Mm-hmm. Tell everyone about Get Quip. We're not the first to say it. Sometimes we need a vacation from our vacation. Delayed flights, hotel snafus, chatty travel companions. Well, you can get away for 2 minutes twice a day with Quip. Their wireless electric toothbrush is light and compact, so it packs away easily in your tote or carry-on when you overstuff your luggage. It happens to all of us. Plus, the timed sonic vibrations give you a meditative break from that jam-packed itinerary. And even if it's just between moving from the hammock to the pool chair, when it's finally time to go home, keep staycationing with a fresh and simple health routine. And what's great is that the multi-use cover not only works as a stand that mounts to your mirror, which helps in decluttering your sink, but also slides over your bristles to pack and protect your Quip while you're on the go. But don't forget the Quip's brush heads are automatically delivered to you on a dentist recommended schedule every 3 months for just $5, which is a great friendly reminder to know when it's time for a refresh and to stay committed to your oral health. That's very important because 75% of us are using old, worn-out bristles that are ineffective at properly keeping your mouth in good, clean shape. All of these reasons are why we love Quip and why we take ours with us whenever we're traveling somewhere. Quip starts at just $25, and if you go to getquip.com/PKA right now, you can get your first refill pack for free. That's your first refill pack for free at getquip.com/PKA.
Check them out.
I'm a big fan. Yeah, I'm a big fan of mine.
Yeah, we like ours too.
I like it a lot.
My wife and son both use them. Whole family.
Yeah, it's good stuff. I keep a couple at my house. I've ended up with a couple of them over time, and you can share them because you just pop a new brush head on, and there's 2 of them there. So if you come over, not you.
I bring my own Quip.
Oh, yeah, that's right. And suction it up right into the mirror right next to mine.
All right. What was I going to say? Oh, Colin went to the doctor. So I am my height. I always say I'm 6 foot with proper footwear, but I am actually 5'11" 3/4. Colin is 5'11" now.
Wow.
Yeah, he is, and like if you don't stand up straight or something, like he'll look taller. If he has shoes on and I don't, he's right there about to pass me.
I guess he's towering over Jackie.
Yes, yeah, and Hope is shorter than Jackie, so Colin's like, I think if he looked up, he might be able to put his chin on her head or something like that. Like he's towering. He's gonna be the tallest. It looks like.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, he's not done yet.
Right, he's 16, which is older than sometimes people think if they haven't kept up. But like me, he hit puberty just recently, so he's still growing. He's in a growth spurt right now.
Nice. Yeah, he's gonna be a big guy.
Here's an story to talk about. So it looks like Miss Kentucky of 2014 sent risque. She meant to send this risque photo to her husband, but accidentally sent it to this teenager. And I want to see, is the teenager 15? Yeah, 15-year-old teenager. And her story is that she meant to send it to her husband, but accidentally sent it to this teenager. Mm-hmm. Then the teenager asked for more photos, and she continued to send them because she was afraid not to appease him.
Since I'm count as charity work.
Since I'm the adult and he was just a teenager, it's my fault, and I accept full blame for the situation. So that's how I'm guilty of this crime. I messed up big time. That's what she says. She faces up to 2 years in prison, in addition to being ordered to register as a sex offender for the rest of her life and being on probation for up to 50 years. Which...
There's no way. There's no way they're going to do that. She's too pretty.
Goes, all I get are robocalls.
She pled guilty to 1 count of possession of material depicting minors in sexually explicit conduct.
Wait, she sent a photo of a minor in a sexually, because that's different than her sending nudes to a minor. So
right? The top of the article says she exchanged sexual photos with the 15-year-old.
Hey. She's hot.
Yeah. So for people that wonder what she looks like, you all do.
You know what? I say no charges, freer.
Right? There should be, like, as a matter of fact, if you're hot, and she's Miss Kentucky, I think, after all, then maybe you get to write it off as like a charity work on your taxes or something.
Charity work would be good, or sentence her to have to text at least 10 other lucky 15-year-old boys those same photos. Man, I would love to be a judge. That's just absolute nonsense being out there. Now, I do declare, and they're like, you're from St. Louis, sir. You don't have to. You will not address me as such in my own court. You will send that to not 1, but 2, but 10 15-year-old boys and me. And I'm going to be on the group chat to make sure you're doing it. And you're going to send some snatch this time. I can't wait to see what those little flower petally pussy lips look like on you, man. Case dismissed. It's perfect, right? I sentence you to 4 hours in my jacuzzi with me. You just become like a Banana Republic style judge, sentencing women. I'm here for a parking violation. Get under my desk and suck my dick. How do you like that?
Chocolate on the outside, strawberry on the
happy
inside.
Birthday this year. Just do the Kevin Spacey thing. Dude, like the amount of confidence it takes to get caught molesting underage people and then make multiple clips as a character of a show you've been fired from.
Molesting anybody. All right. This is what happens when people recklessly accuse people. You get at the John Jones situation where it's like, he's failed for steroids. No, he didn't. Come on.
Yes, he did.
This is where Woody's going back on my side.
He tested positive for Turnable.
Never happened.
Well, actually, this is the kind of thing I follow.
Turnable is an herb, Woody.
No, it's not.
I put it in my spaghetti. All right. All he tested for was good taste. All right. Leave that man alone. He's a champion. And as far as this Kevin Spacey stuff goes, that young man was 16 or 17, and Kevin climbed on top of him. All right. I've seen Woody wrestle plenty of young teenage men. Okay. So we're not throwing him under the bus.
I don't judge Kevin.
Making his TV show away, ruining a
you
great
guys never
television
played
show for
Naked
Kyle.
Uncle Wrestling. You guys never played that. It was only a game you could play after dark,
He was
really
fully
quietly.
Clothed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Was he?
Yes.
It's my understanding these things are okay so long as you don't tell your mom about it. That's what I was taught as a young man.
The worst thing that Kevin
That's
Spacey
true.
was
I get
accused
a
of
crisp
as far as
$5. Taylor, don't tell your mom and dad. I won't.
It's okay,
now
Naked
beat
Uncle.
me off.
I think like the worst thing that he's accused of even doing was like grabbing a guy's butt, like a little butt honk. I mean, any of us who have played sports, how many times have our buttocks been groped or slapped or spanked or whacked or?
This is compelling, and I want to be on your side because I love The Usual Suspects so much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Watch K-Pax. You'll be blown away.
K-Pax?
At the end of that, you still won't know what happened. K-A-P-A-X. Kevin Spacey's leading. It's good.
I haven't even heard of that.
Powerful performance.
Is this new?
No.
K-A-P-A-X.
This is prime Kevin Spacey.
Dude, him being like this around young guys makes American Beauty way less creepy of a film.
Yeah. You know, he was never going to do anything to that little girl. Maybe give her some fashion tips or something.
Yeah. Look at her disgusting.
That's an underappreciated line,
titties.
Kyle. I liked it.
Yeah, that's very good.
Maybe a little queer eye for the straight girl, but that's it.
It also seems a little bit weird that he turned down the gay neighbor.
That
too old.
He wanted it.
It's like that scene from Game of Thrones. Too old.
I'm looking. I can't figure out what he really was accused of. I want to know now that time has passed and I have a sober mind, for lack of better.
Accused of being the undefeated light heavyweight champion. That's what he's accused of being, and they're right.
This show has ruined my point of view on so many things. I just realized that the whole reason that I thought that he was molesting kids is because of the bit I did as him a year or two ago. I was like, well, where did I read that? Oh no, you just made that up. But I guess everybody was making it up at the time. But maybe it wasn't made up because he did do some not cool things.
Find me a living child who can tell me something that Kevin Spacey did that was untoward. Just one living child. No, really, find them. He wants to know where they are.
It really wasn't that bad that he got kicked off of House of Cards at the point where that show was. It gave him a nice little out because it was, oh, come on. It was not good at the time he got kicked off.
It was good. You're wrong. You're just wrong.
I did not like it.
It wasn't great, blow your fucking pants off good. I wish it was. But it was good.
I wish it was blow your pants off good. Yeah. And then I can blow what's under your pants.
It was still good. It wasn't great, but it was still good. It had gone downhill a little. That final season, I don't know if you ever bothered to watch it, is horrendous without him.
I didn't. I have.
They
no
don't know what to
interest in
fucking
that show
do
without him.
They don't even know what the fuck to do.
Does his boring wife, like, is she the main lead now? Because she was not a very charismatic character. Like,
I liked her.
She never got me amped up.
I liked her against him, right? Like, he was calculated and cruel, and she was too. And they made it. I felt like their dynamic was good together. Maybe that's just me.
Yeah.
No, I liked when they were like basically just an evil power couple.
Plotting.
Like, they're plotting, very sinister.
They would like break up mid-marriage. She'd like fuck other people and sort of get back together. And that whole, it just added a certain detachment to them. Yeah. I didn't even put that together, but that's not wrong.
Yeah, she's a stand-in for Hillary Clinton.
Is she?
Yeah.
I mean, she's more charismatic than Hillary.
Yeah, and she murdered a couple people.
And she's hotter than Hillary. I'd much rather fuck her than Hillary. My goodness.
What else was she in?
Did you see Hillary's
Princess
face
Bride
lift
back in the
recently?
day. I think she's one of the most beautiful women who's ever lived. The lady who plays Claire. Like, go back to watch Princess Bride. She's a perfect human being. She's a perfect human being.
I think she's pretty, but I wouldn't have picked her. I think it's cool how people have different bullseyes for what perfect is.
Mm-hmm.
And that way, not just one woman is perfect. Right? Some guys think Kim Kardashian is the bullseye. Some guys think
they think pictures of her look nice, but
I literally can't think of her name. Emma Thompson. Watson is who I'm going for.
Yeah, the Harry Potter girl.
Yeah, the Harry Potter girl is not far from my mark of like perfect human being.
Look at this image.
Yeah.
Holy shit! I did not realize that was the same one.
And Carrie Ewells, my God, he's almost as pretty.
I'd rather fuck him, if we're being honest.
That she does have a good jawline, but she never jumped out at me as like one of the prettiest women in Hollywood.
I feel like he would make me feel like a woman.
Really?
Yeah.
He doesn't strike me as a guy overflowing in testosterone. He's like a little fancy to my eye.
Yeah, I like him fancy.
Oh, I don't know. I bet he'd give good head.
I don't want to be a fancy boy.
I bet he could give head. Yeah. Well, you're turning me around. I take it back.
Yeah, she's very attractive. But
really,
and that show. How long has that show been over? They only did the one season without Kevin Spacey, right?
Yeah, that was it. That was the final
I think
season.
she's Hollywood average to me.
I think she's very pretty.
Which is like the prettiest girl you'll see at the mall the entire time walking there, but Hollywood normal.
I would definitely say above Hollywood normal for sure for her.
Okay.
I don't know if I would go as far as Kyle saying she's the most attractive woman of all time, but
she might be.
What about that big tit bitch from Mad Men?
Big fan.
See?
But that goes back to there are different bullseyes, right? Like that big tit bitch from Mad Men is not my.
She says the exact same thing as me. Kyle's like, settle it down.
About how when he says something, that's like Taylor could slip an N-bomb right in and be like, well, yeah, that's true about those people. Woody slides in, I'm like, that
was just a substitute. I literally don't know her name. That's it for now.
You know, the big tit bitch. Hand clams. Come on.
That dumb cunt. Yeah. She's very good looking. And the thing that made me like her more was, unlike the Handmaid's Tale chick, who was also in Mad Men, but she was so fucking boring and she sucked. The big tit bitch, her character in Mad Men was actually good. Like, she was interesting. She was playing kind of the game. She knew she knew what pieces were in play. She always was right. She's smart, and I liked her. She was my favorite female character. Don Draper's wife, She was so boring. She sucked.
Oh, by the way,
hard.
Here's the Robin Wright Penn's daughter. So this is the daughter of the Princess Bride lady.
Wow. This could be her like clone having grown up. She looks so similar to me.
Yeah.
Wow. She came from Sean Penn too?
Yeah.
Because
there's very little Sean Penn in this hot chick.
How about 1% Sean Penn and 99% Robin Wright?
She got lucky.
Let's make it an even 100.
I like to think there's another sister out there that looks just like Sean Penn.
With that big fucking honker.
God damn it.
Yeah, Sean Penn. What does he look like again?
Oh, he looks like a goddamn ghoul these days. He caught
like
El
that
Chapo
YouTuber
for us. So yeah, he looks like Casey Neistat's dad.
Yeah, he's got that same nose.
Oh man,
Casey. I've said this before, but I'll repeat it. Casey Neistat I watched a lot of his videos. I used to catch him every day. And he mentioned that he got made fun of in school a lot. But the way he said it was like, yeah, I got, picked on in school, because of the way I look. And it was like, oh, you look like that. Like, I figured you thought you looked like everybody else does. But
that'd be like somebody in a wheelchair being like, yeah, I couldn't really get into a lot of sports, because of my legs. You're like, oh, he knows?
Yeah,
Casey knows. That man has access to all sorts of technology. I'm sure mirrors aren't beyond him.
Right. But this is a guy who lives on camera. He lives on camera, yet somehow I thought he was unaware of the fact that people look at him and it's hard to put my finger on it, right?
Let that sink in. This is a man who's picking his best angles all the time, and yet
he may or may not do that. In some ways, he's great. Like, he's really fit. I've been running. I know what his run he is a good runner, and he has abs. And like from the neck down, he, especially for his age, is he 40 yet? I don't know. He's knocking on the door.
Somewhere between 30 and 55.
I think he's knocking on the door 40, and he has abs.
But that's
which is
quite
an
young
uncommon thing.
He's got a jewel on his belly button.
I don't want to make fun of him, but that's
I know you
that's
don't,
a good line. I can't let it go unappreciated. But yeah, just like everything he can control, he has done an A+ job with. But
I don't know anything
about. They
about
don't have rhinoplasty in New York.
No. Yeah, I guess. Is it just the nose though? Like
he walked into the clinic and he's like, "We're not wizards here, sir."
Jesus Christ.
Get out of here. Did you have
for the
three
Department
other
of
noses
Magical Maladies and Misuse, sir? That's first of all, it's fictional.
You're gonna want to grab a grocery cart and sprint into that brick pillar and hope that Hogwarts fellows can fix it for you. Yeah, that. Like, I don't have nearly as much empathy for unattractive men as unattractive women because, like you said, I've never watched the Casey Neistat video. I assume because he's so popular, he must have a good personality. He's rich as fuck. He's probably funny. Like, he is someone who took his negative, which was his looks, and turned it into a positive and developed a phenomenal personality, I'm assuming. Mm-hmm. Whereas for women, it's much more difficult because people you can be an unattractive woman and have a fantastic personality, and people are not going to give you the same leeway they will.
Yeah, you can't even be a fucking woman mixed martial artist and not be pretty. To be a successful woman, most of the time, it's like, oh yeah, she's the best dancer ever. What's she look like? She's an amazing singer. What's she look like? She's a great kickboxer. But what does she look like?
She's ugly.
What's funny, even in politics, I feel like you have to hit the right look, right? In most of, I'm with Kyle on most of this. Mm-hmm. You can be too pretty in politics. You know? Yeah. Like I think
not for me.
Shit, give me the woman who ran with McCain as vice president. Yeah, Sarah Palin, I think was maybe look, people liked her too.
She was too stupid.
Too stupid, but I think that if she was a little less pretty, people may have taken her a little more seriously. Maybe the stupid label wouldn't have stuck quite so well if she was a little less pretty. Tulsi Gabbard,
beautiful.
Maybe a little hot compared to the bullseye for politician.
Choice.
Right?
No, I'm happy with where she is. She did vote present though, and they are melting down over it.
I'm voting for her because
she
now
is
I'm
the
only
most hated
voting for who I wanna
Democrat
fuck the most.
in the field.
She is. Yeah, the Democrats have really not. They actually spend less time talking about that guy's no vote, the one that switched to Republican the very next day, than they are about Tulsi Gabbard's.
Because who the fuck is that guy though? Like, who really cares about him?
I hope she switches.
Like compared to the
I hope she switches and they get rid of Pence and Tulsi runs with Trump.
Boom, dude, she's way hotter than Pence.
So much hotter.
Speak
I don't
for
want to fuck
yourself.
Pence even a little bit. Well,
Speak for yourself.
Doesn't Pence look like the most boring person of all time? We often talk about what politicians would be cool to hang out with, and Bill Clinton, of course, is way up there. George Bush too, but
he's
Ronald Reagan.
Trump,
I mean, if you could stand the smell, I mean, it'd just be cool to look at what's left. But Pence has to be like bottom tier. Obama would be cool as shit too. I can't believe I skipped over him. I think he'd be a very cool guy to hang around with.
Most people successful in politics are pretty personable.
Pence would suck. I feel like he would not be fun to hang out with at all. Another guy I wouldn't want to hang out with, Lindsey Graham.
Oh, you get your dick sucked?
Well, you know.
By winning you over?
Right. I retract. I retract it. So it's just Pence so far. Oh, I don't think I'd want to, like, every once in a while, Ted Cruz will have like a just funny enough tweet that like conservatives will be like, oh, look at this banger. And it's like, no, stop trying to make it a thing. Like, he's not the kind of person you want to hang out. Oh, that was who I was thinking of. Marco Rubio. I bet that guy is boring as shit.
Yeah.
Boring as shit.
You want boring? We skipped over Jeb Bush.
Low energy Jeb.
Yeah, he would be boring, but Trump has lined up so many bullets in the insult chamber for him that you could just make little comments to him the whole time, and that would be fun. But yeah, he seems like he would suck.
So just be like, it's nice to meet you, Mr. Bush. Wow, what a legacy. What a legacy. Have you tried coffee?
Oh, Joe Biden. I'm talking strictly 2019
wait.
Biden.
I just want to know if I'm allowed to put peanut butter on his leg hair during this meeting.
Well, all the black kids used to put peanut butter on my hair, and then they'd have the neighborhood dogs come and they lick it off, and then they see my leg hair go down, and where are my pills? Who am I? I was a vice president. What he said to that guy where he's like, all the good people of Ohio know that it's like, you're in Iowa, bitch. Like
he's going to fall.
Dude, Biden would be fun as fuck to hang out with.
I just want to do a push-up contest with Biden. I think I can take him. I can take that old fuck.
You would trash
I would wreck him.
How many do you think he could do realistically? And we're not talking about like, you get to that point where you got I got 8 more in me, but I'm going to collapse on the 8th one. You know, we're not talking about like complete exhaustion. How many could he knock out at a tempo? Like 1, 2, 3.
Like, tempo makes it easier, in my opinion, but
it does make it easier.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, before he's, forget the trailing off.
I'm going to assume he's better than we'd guess because he brought them up on his own, right? Like, like these are a strong point for me. That's why I'm bringing it up. And I'm going to say that number is 15.
I would guess he could do. He looks like a slim guy. I bet if he's bragging about it, he can crank out 25.
Ooh,
because I can't imagine someone bragging about their push-ups who can't do 25. Because like
I was going to say 10.
How many can you do without stopping, Taylor?
I haven't done push-ups in a while. Usually when I would do it, when it was like a bigger part of my workout, I would do like 5 by 20 or something.
That's what I was about to say. Like, I don't know the answer to your question at any point in my life. The most I had to do was we did a fitness test once in high school, and I think it was how many you could do in a minute. I feel like I'm going to get this wrong. I know I did 50. It may have been 2 minutes, but I did 50 and I was done. But like whenever I've done them for like an exercise, I'd always do sets of 20 because I felt like that was a good.
And you're going down slower. You're more controlled. You're taking more time with the form and everything. So that does make it harder instead of doing the presidential fitness test. Like just trying to pump them out with shit form.
The number isn't always as telling as time under tension. You know, like if I do 20 in a minute and I do 15 in a minute, 20 is not that much harder. But
and 5 in a minute might be harder.
Right? I guess it depends where you spend your time.
90 degrees for so long.
If you kept constant motion, but as slow as you could do it, 5 in a minute
might be harder. Yeah.
It's the same way with bench press. Where like, if I'm doing 5 reps of bench, like I'm getting it down to my chest and then I'm trying to explode it off of my chest, like really push hard.
The
but
key
if I'm
to my
having
bench press is to use my rib cage to get out of the hole. It's kind of like a trampoline down there. I'm just kidding.
I remember in high school, I did bench like that the first time I was learning how to bench, and like even on the whatever lightweight I was doing, like learning the form, I was like, okay, the coach is saying to kind of use your chest as a springboard, but the amount of rib flex I'm getting can't be good. I can't be like, whoa, just letting it bounce off my chest. But yeah, I would be surprised if Biden can do more than 10. Just because once you get that old, I feel like your muscles start going to shit. Even
no
if
one would. There's no way he'd brag if he could only do 10.
But look at the guy he was bragging against.
Right, that guy he's bragging against. If you don't do any push-ups, like 0-0, you just been out of it for years. Like you can be surprised how little you do. You know, like it might be, you might do 10 and be sore for 2 days. Like it's a.
Yeah, but the exhaustion part, I feel like, all right, maybe so. But I just don't think he would brag if he doesn't do them every. I imagine that Biden, he was in the military, right? The Navy or something, Air Force maybe.
I can check.
But wasn't he like the rich guy
kept
military?
Up some sort of a fitness routine, like throughout life, and maybe he wakes up every morning at 6 a.m. and he does his 50 sit-ups and his 50 push-ups, and then he jogs a quarter mile, and like he's been doing that since the 70s or something.
Mm-hmm. You know who I think I bet Bernie could bang out more push-ups than Biden.
I bet Bernie would. Bernie just had heart surgery.
Yeah, no, I'm on Biden with that one. I think Biden still exercises.
I forgot about the heart thing. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, it wasn't a big deal. It wasn't like open heart surgery. I think they went in with like one of those like a stent wires and like snipped a thing or something. Because I remember it happened when I was in prison. Maybe the day I was getting released from prison even. And they were like, it was so funny to see CNN like not know whether to make it out to be a huge deal or a tiny deal. They're like, well, he is on our team, kind of, but let's talk about the risks. What could happen in an extreme scenario? Well, his heart could explode like a bomb, killing everyone within a 50-meter radius, or it's just a small procedure. You know, they go in through an artery in his leg and they snip and well, he's walking out this afternoon. They couldn't make their mind up.
Oh, the way they treat Bernie is ridiculous. Where it's like, I saw something that it was either MSNBC or no, I think it was MSNBC that they gave quite a bit more talking time over the course of their week about Amy Klobuchar.
Oh yeah, I saw that
Bernie.
too.
She had a good debate.
They had every Klobuchar supporter in that one room. They rounded them all up and asked everybody, "Who do you think did the best?" And they're all like,
"I saw that." No, for whatever reason, Klobuchar, they loved her in the last debate. It would happen as the debate size shrunk, and some of the people that you never looked at before practically getting looked at for the first time. And she had a good debate.
I think. Okay.
Who is it? Bernie supporters are interesting because they fuss that they're not getting enough coverage. And that could be true. And there's been some like graphics errors and stuff where like he was left out or misordered. There was one time he gained 5% in the polls, but they said he lost 5%. And you can look at that.
That's a big deal.
It is, but I suspect that I look at it and see it's probably a mistake and not it's probably like part of a conspiracy.
See, but I don't like the if it were a mistake, it would go in more directions more often.
Here's
the fact that it seems to fall against him more often than not. I think
that's the counter. So the Bernie coverage is super positive. Like he's had one of the most positive coverages as a ratio. They just want more of it. So I looked into it because we talked about it and I was like, is that on target? Like, am I wrong about this? So my take on it is usually, are you going on the show? Because I'm pretty positive Bernie Sanders is invited. Anytime he wants to go on Chris Cuomo, he can have fucking Scaramucci's spot, right? There's no way they want fucking Mooch for the 93rd time when they could get Bernie Sanders instead. Instead, Bernie's just made the calculation that it'd be better for him to stay in Iowa and New Hampshire and get voters there than to go on whatever TV show he wants.
A good move for Bernie as far as going on shows, like he's not going to get anybody new from like a Cuomo, but if he went on like a Tucker Carlson or something and gave his spiel there, because I think Tucker's still the highest rated. I haven't checked in a hot minute, but like Tucker is also more populist with his economic views. And obviously Bernie is pretty populist with his economic views. Like he could, I think that he, it would at least be good for getting his name out there, going on a bigger show.
The problem with that, I think, is so right now on more liberal media stations, they won't say something like, well, how are you going to pay for it? Because then they might have to ask that question of every other candidate who's blue right now. Well, how are you going to pay for these things that you want to do? Well, in the right hand, they're attacking Trump for blowing up the desk.
I've set up a GoFundMe.
And in the left, they're going after. They can't really go after the blue guys for having these plans, these multi-trillion-dollar plans for the future, whether it's healthcare or the Green Deal or whatever it may be. Yeah. But I feel like if you put Bernie over there on Tucker's show, he's gonna ask, how are you gonna pay for it?
He has a plan.
Maybe
like he's done the math. You just might not like it. The plan is he's going to put a tax on all of the transactions on Wall Street. So I'm going to make up the number. Let's say it's a penny on all these things. And then it's supposed to get rid of like some of the micro trading and it's market fluctuations, and it's supposed to fund it. And then, of course, the kind of people that it would tax, the kind of people investing in Wall Street are
Fox News viewers.
Tend to be wealthy. I don't know if that's true, actually. I don't think of Republicans as rich. I think there's all kinds of rich and poor Republicans. And I think of rich people as rich. And
I think of rich people as playing some game, like they know where their bread's buttered. But yeah, I totally agree with you there. Like, and that's one of the things I really like about Bernie's proposal is that like taxation on Wall Street. Like, I think that's a great idea. I think it's awesome.
I need to think it through.
I'm not an economist. I feel like a lot of these things are someone else should be making these decisions. And like, I feel like I could be fooled that the left way works and the right way works. Cause I've seen debates, I've seen Republican debates, and it's like, wow, that makes so much sense. Why don't we just do it? And then you watch the Democratic debate, you're like, wow, we're squandering so much. Why don't they just do it this way? And then an economist after the show comes on, he's like, none of that works. None of that works. We got to stop spending. Right. Actually, no, it's too late. It's too late.
It's like climate change. It's irreversible at this point.
So many economists are fucking dumb as shit, though, where they get who's that main guy?
There was that Nobel Prize winning economist who had that quote.
Paul Krugman, something like that. I think that's his name.
About the internet,
where
right?
he's never. I saw some funny thing online, like probably a year or so ago, where it was like, respected economist Krugman says blah 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 blah, and then it was like a lot of his big claims over the last couple decades, and every single one of them was pants on head retarded in hindsight, where it was like the internet, it's not going to be any more impactful than the fax machine. And it's like, oh my God, dude, that's
the thing about Krugman. He's a Nobel Prize winning economist. So there's like a little notch in his favor. The other side of it is, though, he's been kind of a clickbait reporter for the last 10 years. So he says stuff like the internet is the next fax machine, or the whole world.
This is in like 97.
Out, yeah. But he's, I don't know if I want to say I cut him slack, but almost like I disregard him, or I understand where he's coming from in that he's a clickbait reporter. He parachutes into India for 2 weeks and then comes back praising what's going to happen in outsourcing for the next 15 years.
Yeah, that's how so many of these people are. Like, not just the economists, but the reporters, where like some big story will drop, and 4 minutes later, there's a slapshot article together on their website that's like everything you need to know about the new trade deals. And you like read the first paragraph, and it's like, you were reading a different article and just doing what I did with papers. Where you like, instead of saying the boy jumps high, it would be, and the boy did tend to, when jumping, go very high. Like that kind of like just restructuring of the sentence. It's like, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
This is my fourth grade book report.
Yeah. Like, wait, you're just summarizing the Indian in the cupboard. Like, this is
you watched the
movie. So many of those fucks are just
You were young for this particular thing, but when we invaded Afghanistan, like everyone I worked with pretended that they were really into Afghanistan before 9/11. Like, oh yeah, I've been following that conflict for quite some time. I'm a regional expert. Like,
don't get me started on Afghanistan. It's like, okay, show me where it is.
That's how I learned geography. Like, we invade new places. I'm like, all right, I need to know where it is.
Yeah, the first thing I learned, like when the Afghanistan thing was going down, I was, a kid, but it was like, man, there's a lot of Istans out there. I didn't know that. There's
Yeah.
a whole region of the world that's just a hobnob of, like, I guess you get like Kazakhstan. That's like
A Turka, maybe?
that's like Asian and Russia mix in Kazakhstan. Turkmenistan. I don't know where that is. Probably next to one of the other stands. Afghanistan.
I'm pretty sure the
Uzbekistan.
I'm pretty sure that the suffix "stan" means land.
That
Yeah,
makes
you're right.
sense. Yeah. But
So-
here,
so they're over there like look out, there's Switzerland and England, and they're just going through the whole list. They can't come up with something else.
Yeah.
I came up with the list: Afghanistan, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Pakistan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, and Uzbekistan.
How about we just slim it down?
Look, the stan is the only part of those pronunciations I feel pretty good about.
You could have snuck a fake one in there, and I would have rolled with it.
There's really an unspecified stan? Yeah.
And there's a gooby stand. Oh, okay. Where's that one? Right near the river.
I'll just name two other countries we all know but can't. It's in between Iran and Mongolia. Are those next to it? Are those
Quite a swath.
I'm not even
I'm
that
pretty
sure.
That's mostly China in between there.
I'm gonna look at how far apart they are. What did I do?
You know what's cool about Russia is that they get to be the biggest country on Earth by landmass and still get to like have that little feather in their cap. But I'm pretty sure like 50% of Russia is uninhabitable trash, right?
Yeah.
It's too cold.
How much? I need to know how they compare with somewhere like Australia.
Oh, it's definitely way bigger than Australia.
So Australia is 3 million
Second biggest
square
country is
miles.
China, right?
I actually thought Russia wasn't as big as it looks. It's
It's twice.
it's
6.6 million square miles.
It's the
Yeah, it's
crazy.
because of the Mercator map or
That's what
whatever
I was
it is.
looking for.
Yeah.
So here's Iran.
Yeah.
Here's my.
All of Europe, just under 4 million square miles.
Pulling out Mercator map. Don't know.
All
what,
of Europe is just a
Alamode
little bit
means.
bigger than the United States.
What are you looking at right now? Are you doing
Square
one of those
miles.
like where you drag the?
No, I'm looking at actual like square miles. The U.S.
all of Europe is-
3.797 million square miles. All of Europe 3.93 million square miles.
And how
God
big is
damn.
Russia?
6.6.
Oh,
Jesus.
it's bigger than I gave it credit for.
Yeah, Australia's 3 million. It's just a little bit smaller.
This
than
is
us.
quite the show. Americans talking geography. Laugh, it's a comedy show, so it works.
What's the smallest country? I guess Vatican City, right?
No, it's that fucking that place that we were talking about ordering like a night.
The Duke of Sealand.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Sealand.
I'm not counting that. You can't call an oil rig a country, and I'm certainly
And
not
yet-
paying $500 to become a duke. You know what? That could be a Twitch donation goal. For
I
me.
chose to be
I will become the king of Sealand.
We'll update your name, a Duke Taylor. What would it be?
Well, I'm sorry, guys. I hemorrhaged. I'm in a lot of debt now. It's a lot more expensive to become king than duke, and now I've got a lot of royal responsibilities. Americans talking geography. Well, is it that Americans are that shit at geography, or is it that everyone's kind of shit at geography and we're just the loudest about it?
Or is it that we're shit at their geography, right? Like, I never look at someone from England and be like, you can't find Colorado on a map. It's one of the square ones. You don't have those all sorted out. Yet for them, like, these are kind of local things. Like, if you're from England, you should be able to find Romania. It's in your neck of the woods.
Yeah.
Good point.
Africa.
So where's
I don't
Puerto
know
Rico?
where any of those countries are.
It's the one that's Cuba, I think.
It's the one just kind of like if the U.S. is here, it's kind of in this region. Down there.
True.
Either that or down here. It's one of those two things. They're speaking Spanish, so I think it's in this end.
The American Samoas, where would that be on the globe?
I don't know where that is at all. I didn't know we had Samoas.
We do have Samoas.
What are we doing with them?
They're a delicious cookie. I usually eat them. I like to microwave them a little first, though.
Yeah, it's a solid move. Microwaving your Samoa cookies. And this here is where all Samoas are picked fresh and shipped to the mainland.
Fucking bush.
And if they don't bring their Samoa quota, their hands are removed by the king of.
I read America's not in the top 10 fattest countries anymore.
Yes,
China.
Sorry,
no,
guys,
Mexico. I think Mexico is like right up there, real high.
They were number one time I looked. I'm gonna look.
They are. Mexico's number one still because they still have the delicious Coke.
Yeah, they keep.
You guys both froze.
Say it.
Oh.
Say it.
What? I wasn't going to say something awful.
Oh, okay.
This list actually does have America as the fattest.
That's probably fake news. Get out of that one.
Probably a Mexican list.
Oh, wait. This is bullshit. This is the countries with the most fat people.
Oh,
so China is second, even though it's 4% of the adult. If 96% of your adults are not fat, then really this is just a measure of countries with the most people.
I hope that they're not taking height into.
That's a thing too. It shouldn't be heaviest because Americans are big, right? Like they're taller than most, not everyone.
Sure.
Japan and Korea are the lowest. Asian countries really good at eating well. Seems like.
Yeah. Those North Koreans, a slim bunch of folk. All right.
And that's because of diet and exercise.
Diet, exercise, healthy lifestyle. It's love for the
tremendous
great leader.
lack of food.
If you love the great leader enough, you too will be fit like he is.
Dude, I'd be fucking pissed as a North Korean. Like Kim Jong Un, the rest of them, they should have had the fucking decency to at least not be super fat, right? Like that's got to upset people.
I bet he has one of the coolest lifestyles that any human being has ever lived.
I would trade with him in a second.
Like you think about like that you see in like cartoons or like depictions of like medieval kings, how they've got like a hot chick like with some grapes, draping a handful of grapes over their mouth. I can go get all the grapes I fucking want. They're $2. Kim Jong Un has the modern equivalent of the hot chick draping grapes over your face. I don't know what that is.
I was waiting for you to reveal it.
I don't know what it is. It's fucking.
What do they like over there? Soybeans?
It's fucking sushi coming out of a supermodel's butthole or something, and he's just sucking them out like just tuna rolls all day long. Think of
how dope that guy's life is.
Does he just get head whenever he wants? Like that's what I'm looking for.
Definitely gets head.
Right? Does he just get? There must be beautiful women in that country somewhere, and he just. Like, I don't know. He's in the middle of some meeting talking about defense spending and someone's sucking him off under the table, I hope.
Yeah, that's sick.
It seems a little unprofessional. I'm not sure if he can do that, but I imagine behind closed
doors. What's the
point
of being supreme leader if you can't have that?
Harem.
I'm like, what do they call me? Kind of leader? No, supreme leader. Suck a dick.
Yeah, he's definitely getting head at meetings, doing all sorts of cool
anything he wants is his. Anytime
Name me one thing. You know what? We've been skewed by Western media. Name one thing that's proven negative about Kim Jong Un. You can't.
He's fat.
Name two things.
Okay.
I think he's just bulky under that coat.
He's short.
Yeah.
I think that's the camera angle.
It's not. No.
We're looking right at him. Yeah, that's a mistake. You want to go very low, very low.
What's Japan's emperor up to? Do they
his lifts? The lifts that Kim wears are outrageous. He stood next to Trump, and it was like, all right, so maybe Trump ain't 6'3", but he's 6'1" for damn sure.
Yeah, something like that.
Kim is not. Kim has got to be like Kim is wearing lifts like this. They're like.
Were they similar height, standing next to each other?
No.
Yeah, let me try to find.
Well, no,
they were closer than you'd think.
All you have to do is put them on stilts, and they'll be similar heights. I'm not saying they're genetically similar.
Oh no, I was the one I was thinking of is when they're like walking through like that courtyard or whatever, and he's got those giant silly clown shoes on, and Trump is still just big fat American, just you know this garden isn't as cool as the one I have.
In my memory, they were much closer in height, but I'm gonna link you. I'm gonna link you.
Maybe there was a photo op that you saw.
I mean, this is a photo op. This is them shaking hands in front of all the flags and shit. Not even close.
And he's in like 5-inch lifts right now.
That's the point. Yeah. This is a little fella.
Look at how healthy that doughy hand is. Damn.
Look at that puffy hand.
Yeah.
That's
something.
This guy is
sweaty.
This guy's living his best life.
He looks sweaty.
I love the praise for Kim Jong Un on this side. This guy's so cool. He's living his best life. I think it could be an Instagram model, really.
He should be. Wow. Yeah, this guy, pretty cool.
Dude, how rocking would it be if he did like really maintain an Instagram page where he like, I don't know,
cool shit.
Just did cool shit all the time. He just up there like jet skiing with models on the back.
Check this out. He's got a nuclear missile.
Right?
Oh, we're going to shoot one over Japan. Watch this.
I'm just here cheering in my favorite concentration camp.
Dude, that would be so dope. I would love that.
Devil's area. You got 20 women. I got 20 million.
Actually, I'm going to kidnap you.
What is it called when kings get to take the virginity?
That's prima nocta.
Pre-nocta, right?
It's prima nocta, right?
I'm re-implementing prima nocta across this entire country.
Trump could not get that, but Kim Jong Un might.
For sure. He definitely could. Yeah, Trump couldn't because we got like fucking
justice
and rules. Yeah. Did you see those pictures of what was it, Prince Phillip?
Yes.
Driving around in his car.
They were like 1% health HP on his health bar. Just stubbed his toe, it's over.
He looks ghoulish. He looks horrible. His eyes are so sunken in.
Is he the queen's son? Help me out with this. I don't know.
No, it's her husband.
Yeah.
Her husband's alive? Barely?
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, alive? Yeah.
There's this hilarious picture of him wearing like his military dress and her like losing her shit looking at him because it's so goofy. Let me try to find it. It's really funny. It's such a cute couple.
How old is that bitch? Like 110? How long has she been around?
She's like Walter Freying it, right? Where she makes it to 90, so the 70-year-old children don't really get to be king.
Oh yeah, here it is. This is a great
pretty,
picture.
I'll
I'll tell you when I link it. Like she's got a great sense of humor. You could tell just by look at this. That's him. She's like
he's standing erect.
Yeah, it's him in the suit.
He looks good in that, I think.
Yeah, it's because he's just
wear that all the time.
He's just gotten back from Little St. James Island.
Imagine Trump's body shape in that costume.
Oh, that would not. No,
his posture. He does that weird standing thing with his chest forward. I wonder what he's doing there.
I think it's a guy who's never done face pulls, as Athlete X would say.
I feel like he's ready to attack.
I painted my own thing on Trump's weird. If people don't know, Trump stands like with his sort of butt out and his chest forward in a weird way. Mm-hmm. My suspicion is that while it looks a little weird, he's figured out that it looks good at certain camera angles, and that's what he's doing. He's like showing his body, like otherwise he'd look like the penguin with his belly out too far or something like that. So
actually, I just do a lot of posterior chain work.
Yeah, like anyone who spends a lot of time on camera knows their good angle, right?
What if he had that moment like Joe Rogan had when that lady called him fat, and he was like, "Fat?" And he pulled it off, and he's got a weighted vest that he's been wearing. It's like there's what's that fucking? Kinda. He just drops like 100 pounds of lead weights and fucking rolls out a big Hulk Hogan fucking 24-inch python. Like, wouldn't you be proud of your president?
I would.
I'd vote for him again if he did that.
Dude, he might win my vote back. Yeah. I'm a swing voter. Whoever has bigger biceps gets my vote.
What's that fucking cartoon with the Dragon Ball Z? There's an episode of Dragon Ball where that happens. I think we watched it in a hangout one time where like they're having some sort of a fight on like a dojo mat or something like that, and all the badasses from that universe are there. I don't know anything about it, so forgive me if you're a fan. I'm butchering this, but he's too slow to take this guy, and it's like I think it might be Goku or whoever the main like little kid with the spiky hair is. He's too slow, and you're like, how can he be too slow for anyone? You know, he's like Superman in this show.
He's the apex.
He's the apex. He's like, but he's losing, and he's like, hang on a minute, if you don't mind, and he like takes off his like sweatbands and like he's wearing like 250 pounds of weights on him all the time. Yeah. Like when he drops his sweatband, it falls like lead. It goes ka-funk, and the other fighter goes, "What is this?" And now he can literally jump like 100 feet in the air and stuff.
He should have got his ass kicked while he was taking. That happened in MMA in Pride. I forget. I hope I have all these details right, but the guy came out wearing a gi because he trained in a gi. A gi, for people to know, is the karate pajamas you wear. And he came out in his gi, and he thought that he'd be able to use it as a weapon, wrap it against the other guy and stuff because he does that in practice. Wasn't working. Instead, it just put handles all over him, so the other guy controlled it. So he told the guy, "Wait 1 second. I'm going to take my gi off." And he didn't. And he hit him while he was trying to take his gi off and won the fight. And I thought that was awesome.
That's great.
Yeah, look at that GIF. This is what I want to happen.
Breaks the concrete.
Breaks the
Other guy's
concrete.
just, oh, shitaru.
I think his shoes were also like incredibly heavy as well. Everything he was wearing was like super duper weighted.
That's how I feel when doing pull-ups. You know, like if I suck at a game enough in a night, I might do like 50 or even 60 pull-ups.
That's
and
great.
it's like, you guys don't realize I'm wearing a weighted vest this whole time, you know, in the form of my belly and thighs and calves.
It's a weighted vest made of trail mix. Carefully cultivated to increase my shoulder activation in my pull-ups. Have we ever had a more fuckable candidate for president than, or I guess not technically candidate yet, than Miss Gabbard?
Not unless you count JFK.
That's too long ago. It doesn't count. But yeah, he's
all right then. Then no.
Yeah,
I'm trying. Gabbard is top tier.
I mean,
Sarah Palin doesn't count because she was vice.
I was looking for Palin too. Who's hotter, Gabbard or Palin? I think it.
Gabbard
for sure.
We're not jaded by current Palin, right? You got to knock like 16 years off her.
That's fair. But
I mean, hang on. I've got a good picture of Palin here somewhere.
Are you gonna link the porn one?
Yes. Why are you ruining my joke?
I don't think we have. Trump, Obama, Bush, Clinton. I don't want to fuck any of them. So I think we have to vote for Tulsi. What did you just lead? The audacity of erection.
The audacity of erection from Russia with Love. Nail in Palin. Yeah, that's not even Sarah Palin.
No, that's a porno they made mocking her. Some Russians come over and she's like, "Oh, I can see you from my house." And then the two Russians with Ushanka's banger. It's great.
Buttigieg made a joke. He was talking about winning in like Michigan or Ohio or something like that. And he's like, you know, I live 10 miles from Michigan. I could see it from my front porch.
Yeah, I can see Michigan from my house.
It was funny.
Did you see that cringe shit?
That's Lisa Ann. That's one of my favorite porn stars. She's top 3.
Can you name all 3?
No. I like
you spelled Palin wrong.
I think that's so they don't get sued. It's Remy.
Familiar with that? Remy something lacrosse.
Lacroix. I think it's LACROIX or something like that. Fucking silly drink.
Oh, like the drink I like. Yeah.
Yeah, and that I also like that incredibly tiny Piper Perry, the incredibly tiny blonde girl.
Piper Perry picked a peck of pickled pepper.
I'm so bad with names.
Lot of pickled peppers.
I'm so bad with names. I almost never learn porn stars' names, but Dylan Harper, I think, is one.
Very hot.
If I see her name or something, I'll be like, huh. Well, for science. Check it out.
Palin. That's so funny.
Yeah. we had Optic Midnight on the show. That's her name, right?
Yep.
Optic Midnight. Yeah, people don't know that she's out. So she's lesbian, and we were talking about some sort of sex thing or whatever. And she's like, "Does anyone have a link? You know, for science?" And it just made her really like, I don't know. I liked her. She was like, for a girl to be like, "Yeah, give me a porn link for science. I want to see this chick."
She's one of the boys,
right? Yeah. Like that's kind of what happened. I was like, she's a sport.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was cool.
Yeah. Did you see that that cringe thing Buttigieg did recently where like he has so many billionaire donors and high level donors that he started a
second
contest
best
to see. He's like, "Hey, let's see who can be the smallest donator to my campaign and you'll win something. And so he can try and get a bunch of people donating like $1.02
Right.
to try and lower that average. And apparently, like Trump and Clinton were both asked to do this same kind of approach. And even fucking Trump, of all people, was like, that seems tacky and inappropriate. It was like, oh my God, dude, like Pete, come on. You can't be doing that.
I saw them attack him for having the fundraiser and the wine cave or whatever.
Yeah.
I saw a pic of that wine cave. It looked like fun.
Really?
Yeah,
so I'm not. Here are the arguments pro and con. Let's get semi-serious for a second. You've got Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren's kind of lying about it. She actually took a bunch of billionaire money and transferred it into her thing, but she stopped doing it. So she says she's a reform, whatever. Bernie actually, as typical with Bernie, has been honest and consistent since seemingly the 1920s. So, to his credit, like it's a fair and honest talking point for him. Buttigieg says this. He's like, hey, we can't play this game with one arm tied behind our back. Guarantee you, Donald Trump is going to have no problem taking money from billionaires, right? And he didn't say it, but I'm like, yeah. And he would have no problem getting help from foreign countries too. And I know that because he said it when he was interviewed by George Stephanopoulos. He said, I would absolutely do that. And it seems like he has. So should the Democratic candidates be like, no, you can't be rich if you donate to me? Or should they say, my opponent is going to play hardball, so I can too?
I think it's more of a thing they're trying to appeal to the Bernie base. And if Buttigieg or Biden or whoever, Warren, I know what you're saying is totally correct about her taking those donations and pretending to be like Bernie the whole time.
Right.
But like, they're trying to, like, these young Democrats who are more progressive and anti-billionaire and shit, they're not going to like somebody who's taken a ton of billionaire donations. And so I see it more as like, we got to try and tamp this down so we can win these people because they're going to be disenfranchised when Bernie gets fucked over again, and we need them because if they don't turn out to vote, we're fucked. Like, so they're not going to win.
I think Buttigieg rose in the polls. So that's a tool they can use to take his
from 2 to 3.
But he got a lot of it. It's weird. Like I used to be sort of anti-Biden. I would say, you know what? No one's excited about Biden. No one wakes up and is just like, yeah, fucking Biden. I can't wait for what, if he wins, the world's going to change. No, like I don't know anyone who's enthusiastic about Biden, but I haven't seen a poll he's lost. He's been winning nationally since he started, and every single poll and every news story is about who's in second, third, and fourth place. First is the same. You can
look at it's kind of like that rocket to success and then taper off thing that you saw with the Republicans the last election.
and Democrats this time.
Yeah, and Democrats this time, definitely. But I just can't see a year from now, well, less than a year from now, Biden still doing that well. Like, I think... I don't know. I'm a broken record. If Democrats want to win, they got to put Bernie up. Nobody else is going to beat Trump.
I think everyone's going to beat Trump. I think Trump has been getting his shit pushed in since he won, right? Trump won a very close election where he won the electoral vote, but not the popular. Since then, he got fucked in the midterms, right? And Democrats won like the second or third biggest number of seats ever in terms of a change. Since then, Kentucky lost the governorship. Kentucky is a blue state now. That's fucking ridiculous. Virginia, for the first time in some crazy number, like 40 years, 60 years, is Democrat on the governorship, the House, and the Senate, all at the same time. They own everything.
Look at that blackface guy in.
And there's another state. I think it's Missouri that has a Democratic governor. Maybe it's Louisiana.
Yeah, that sounds right. It's not Missouri.
Okay, yeah. In Louisiana, which is typically a red state, went blue. And then, like, he's just been getting his shit pushed in every election since his. And every time there's a poll, almost every time there's a poll, like every single Democrat beats him. And it's just a question of what the margin is by how much they beat him by.
Really? I saw what is it? The big polling organization. I'm a fucking retard for not knowing.
There's so many.
Interpol.
No, not Interpol.
He tried to slip one in.
Yeah. But there was one I saw that Bernie was doing very, very well. Like when stacked up, it was just like the Democrat kind of poll where it was like Dem versus Dem, Dem versus Dem, and I saw that Bernie was doing really well. But I could be wrong. I don't follow it really as closely.
I think every Democrat is going to be a huge favorite this time around. But I also think that, like, in terms of the presidential not the Democratic one, but this isn't even preseason yet. You know, like if this were football or hockey, like not only has the season not started, the preseason hasn't started yet. So it's early to make predictions.
Yeah, I'm hoping they pick Biden. Can you imagine him in a debate?
I don't think he's as like I saw him in the debate. Like last time we talked, we were looking at Biden pretend about the kid stuttering and stuff. Yeah. right. And then we talk about Trump like he has this, you know, what is it? A comedian's timing, right?
He's better off the cuff.
So like here's Donald Trump talking in his last rally. I never understood the wind. You know, windmills very much. I've studied it better than anyone. I know it's expensive. I know they're made in China and Germany mostly. Very few made here, almost none, but they're manufactured. Tremendous. If you're into this, tremendous fumes and gases are spewing into the atmosphere. This is windmills, mind you. We know we have a world, right? So the world is tiny compared to the universe. So tremendous. Tremendous amounts of fumes and everything. You talk about the carbon footprint. Fumes are spewing into the air. Right, spewing, whether it's China or Germany, is going into the air. Trump is more vulnerable to this kind of like cherry-picking word salad craziness than even Joe Biden is.
Joe Biden's held to a higher standard than Trump is. Trump's voters just voted for him and made him the president of the United States. It's not like he was Shakespeare on the campaign trail. Joe Biden, however, has spent 12 years or he hasn't campaigned in 12 years, something like that. Yeah, and he's making he's making himself look look terrible. Like he's supposed to be the professional politician running against the clown. But the clown won this last time, and the professional is starting to look like he's got Alzheimer's.
In a debate style structure, it doesn't need to be like a cohesive response to a given question. He can do what he did against Hillary, which is let her start to respond. And the second she goes into kind of a space that's unpopular with more populist Democrats or something like that, he'll snipe and say something to try and throw her off her game, throw a little salt in her game, so to speak. And he's much better at that.
Joe Biden will get mad.
Joe Biden will get flustered way faster than Hillary will, because say what you will about Hillary, but she is better at this than Joe Biden.
Joe Biden will get mad. He will literally get, we saw how he got literally mad at a voter.
He did that time. Rally. Yeah.
You don't think Trump can pull those same strings and make him get red-faced and maybe even threaten him? And Trump's going to say something. He'll be quick with it. He'll be ready. And they say my temperament's bad. They didn't trust me with the button. Look at this guy. Look how red-faced he is.
Hot
under the collar Joe over there.
It'll be a
hot
show.
Under the collar.
I just don't know that Trump is this like silver-tongued guys, right? Some people look at everything Trump does and call it 3D chess.
There's montages.
Other people see it and say, this is hungry, hungry hippos. You know, like
it's not 3D chess. He says retarded shit all the time, but he does have a core competency, which comes from a history in media and being in front of a camera. And so he's much more comfortable going off script. And that to the general population seems more endearing when someone says something that's a one-liner instead of the thing about Afghanistan is that we need to do this and that and the other thing and this and thank you for the question, like that kind of shit. Like
we'll see. I don't think any of these people running for president, with the possible, I was going to say Buttigieg is the exception, but even he's pretty polished. All of them do a good job being interviewed and being on camera and handling things like debates. None of these guys are easily flustered and cracked like we make them out to be.
The worst of them is Biden, though. Like
I don't think anybody thought that Jeb Bush had been in politics his entire life. Right. Nobody would have thought that he's easily flustered until he went against somebody who like hits the below the belt and acts like it's literally a playground argument, you know? Like Trump is juvenile. He's nasty. And like these are men in positions of power. Nobody's said anything like somebody might have said like, you're a flip-flopper to them before, but they wouldn't even say it to their face. You never saw them say that to another politician's face. They might infer it or a little bit, or their campaign might say it, or it might be in an ad. But at no point during when Bush was running against, was it John Kerry with the Swift boat thing?
Mm-hmm.
He didn't come out and just call him a coward or a lily-livered like. That's Trump's game. like Trump
yellow.
Will. If Trump were running against John Kerry, he'd call him a coward. Even though it's the pot calling the kettle black. And even though John Kerry wasn't a coward, none of it would matter.
Yeah, it's all about optics and perception. And so like
something about social media
Yeah, vote for who they think is the coolest. Like
social media
nobody
should
thought
provide
McCain.
instantaneous fact checking, and we're like, nope, Mr. Trump, you are a liar, and the crowd goes wild, right? That's what you think would happen.
That's what I thought was going to happen.
But instead, everybody's like, zinger, and they play that meme where all the black guys go, ooh.
Yeah.
See, like most people are going to vote who they think is cooler. Nobody was looking at John McCain versus Obama and was like, yeah, McCain is cooler.
You might be right. No. We'll see. I saw a poll that it was talking about the number of people that are fixed in their position, right? And something like 34% of America, which sounded right to me, were definitely going to vote for Trump. And something like 46% of America was definitely going to vote against Trump, whoever they put up. And I'm like, man, Trump has to run the table to beat that 46%.
But I mean, look at polls this far before the last election, and how did those hold up?
That's what I was trying to say with the whole preseason thing. Like, it's not even preseason yet. That's true. But
how are your basketball teams doing? I know you've been following that more. How are the 76ers?
This is great. I'm sure everyone's like, oh, we went from politics to basketball. Fuck yeah.
But we're incredibly knowledgeable.
The Sixers had a 3-game losing streak, which is bad for them because they're supposed to be one of the biggest teams. But they just played their biggest rival, the Milwaukee Bucks, and fucking smashed them on Christmas Day. And our top player, Joel Embiid, I think.
Oh, the unibrow guy.
No, that's Anthony Davis, and he plays for the Lakers, but I'm glad you know him. Anyway, he had a really great game, and he shut down the guy on the other team who's like reigning MVP. And it's just like, yeah, bitch, that's what happens when it's game day. Sure, he takes games off. He's load managing himself against the Wizards and the Pistons and what have you. But when it comes time to play, the kind of games that we'll get in the playoffs, kicking ass and taking names. I was about to say because I was a big part of that win, being in basketball.
just as important as that, the Philadelphia Flyers 4-game winning streak, they have surged past the Pittsburgh Penguins for third in the Metro Division. So I'm happy for them. I like that you have a couple teams so that if the Blues do suck, I'm like, all right, well, I'm Philly now. I'm Carolina now. That's who I'm going for. Yeah. They're in a different conference, so I don't fucking care. We play them twice a year, and we usually win, so it's okay.
The Eagles, our NFL team, right? Yeah. They just beat the Dallas Cowboys, and it was kind of like a playoff game almost. Like whoever wins this is likely to get to the playoffs. And both teams are easily the worst team in the NFL that would make the playoffs. So we're fighting for the right to get our ass kicked in the first round of the playoffs, and I think we got it.
Good.
Yeah.
How are the Falcons? Are the Falcons good or are they not good?
Falcons had one of their worst seasons in a decade.
Never
one of their best draft picks in the last decade.
That's the way to spin it.
It was so funny. I was listening to like the Falcons radio show. I don't know what else to call it. It's these guys' job to be jazzed about the Falcons. Okay. And they're like, well, you had this game, if you play both halves, that's a win. And then you got this game over here. You were within 3. And then if Julio doesn't get hurt on this game, we could have easily had 9 wins this year. They're
just hedging every single statement.
Yeah. It's like if every fucking coin flip went our way all year long, we could have won 9 out of 16 games, boys. Man, that would have been something, wouldn't it? I don't know how many they won. I'm going to guess it's 4 or 5. It went poorly.
NC State, the football team, had a year there. They won I think they went 12-2. They came back again and again down the stretch. They call them the heart attack pack. Phillip Rivers was the quarterback. He's done well in the NFL.
Yeah.
And it was just like, this is what happens when every close call goes your way.
What's the Falcons' record?
6-9.
That could be worse, though.
Not great.
We are not a 6-9 franchise. This is not one of those teams that doesn't have like a good quarterback or good players. This is Matt Ryan is like the 3rd or 4th highest paid quarterback in the league. Like I don't remember if it was 25 million or 35.
Did you guys lose the Super Bowl like 2 years ago? How long ago was that?
3 seasons.
That didn't happen.
Is it
28 3? Yeah, I think you're right. The Cincinnati Bengals are 1-14. That is not great, Cincinnati folk.
What is Cleveland?
Cleveland is 6-9.
That's a rough. It's rough when an up year is 6-9. Like, Cleveland turning it around, best year in a decade.
After the Rams left, all my friends are Kansas City fans, and apparently Kansas City's pretty good.
Mm.
Oh, they made the play. I don't give a fuck. No, I don't care. I don't care what they do. Yeah, I'm just waiting for hockey to come back tomorrow, I think. Yeah, tomorrow.
Did it ever leave?
Well, there's a Christmas break, so they take like 4 days off.
When's the All-Star game?
All-Star game is early January, or no, it's mid-January, and it's in St. Louis. And so I might get tickets and go check out the skills competition day if it's not too expensive.
Which skill competition would you want to watch the most?
I'm really hoping that they pick Colton Parayko, our big boy defenseman, to make the All-Star game, because I think he can finally dethrone Shea Weber in the hardest shot competition. Because, Shea Weber, there are literally, this guy's 6'4". He's been in the league forever. He's like 33, 34, which in NHL years is forever. And there are compilations on YouTube you can find. It's just called like Shea Weber injuring opponents with slap shot, because they teach defensemen and forwards to try and block the shot, and he'll like catch someone in the leg, and they're just crippled.
Somebody broke my foot with a shot once.
Yeah, like this kind of shit from Shea Weber. And Colton Parayko, he's a bigger boy than Shea Weber. He's like 6'6", a little over that maybe, and he's only like 25, I think. And he's one of the few players in the league that if you're a certain strength and certain height, you can be like, hey, league, regular sticks don't fit my hands and they don't flex enough. Can I qualify for the larger sticks? And Zdeno Chara, who's 6'9", from fucking some Eastern European country, he qualified for it. And Parayko did too. To the point that we lost out on a goal once because Tarasenko, I think, broke his stick, and Parayko had dropped his stick, and Tarasenko picked up Parayko's stick. But it is illegal for anyone but Colton Parayko to use that stick. So he touched the puck, and this eagle-eye ref was like, dude, 2 minutes, you play with the wrong stick. He's like, I don't even understand what you're saying right now. What do you mean I'm not playing with the right stick? And so, yeah, I'm thinking.
For people that don't know, it
shot.
Usually goes the other way. You give your stick to a defenseman.
It was because Colton Parayko had dropped his stick like during a change or something similar.
Oh, during a change. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Like if the goalie stick is somehow out of play, you give him your stick. He's the first choice. Yep. If a defenseman loses a stick, an offensive might hand it over because they're, that's like there's a hierarchy to this thing. So it was weird to me that Tarasenko got someone else's stick. He's a center, right? Does that sound right?
He's a right winger, but he made the mistake of picking up the stick that was too big, and the only autistic ref in the league was like, I know that rule. Nobody else would have known. But anyway, that's enough sports. Kylie just linked a vid. What do we got here, bud?
This is pretty good stuff. I mean, if you just look at the lady's face, you can tell we're dealing with
thumbnail.
She's got crazy white lady face. Yeah.
She's got crazy white lady face. Yes. Yeah. Yes. This lady is upset. It seems to me that the lady in front of her will not move. It appears to be one of those scenarios where they say, please drive forward. We'll bring it out to you. Mm-hmm. This person is pulled forward. This lady doesn't feel like this person is pulled forward far enough. And she has gone at the lady who's parked in front of her and be like, hey, get the fuck out of my way. And the lady will not roll her window down or engage. And now the lady, Crazy Eyes, we'll call her from now on, is saying that she feels unsafe.
I'm ready. Hit and run at McDonald's.
Are you also ready, Kyle?
Sacramento.
You're going to want to turn your volume down to a pretty low level.
Okay.
All right.
3, 2, 1, play. She's going to hand him?
Into you.
I will hand you because you're not letting me out. That's unsafe. So you're not letting me out. I feel unsafe. I will ram your car.
Ram you?
So you can either, one, move the fuck out of the way, or I'm going to...
A little bit of head bobble.
And I'm going to ram your car.
Right now, you're being the aggressor.
Matt, I'm letting you know.
You need to stop harassing our customer.
Hey,
I feel do
go
not.
back in your car.
I don't feel safe.
Don't harass them. They're not
I don't
doing
feel
anything
safe to go around.
They're parked for a reason.
I'm letting you know.
I'm calling the cops.
Have you been drinking?
She's drunk.
No, I have not.
You certainly sound like you're high
So
or
I'm
drunk.
letting you
I'm
know.
calling the cops.
Good.
Don't harass them.
Call the cops.
They're not doing anything.
I
to you.
don't
You
feel
can go around.
safe,
Why? Because
and
you're
I'm
all
not
drugged
going.
out.
Cry bully.
You're
Going
drugged out.
around.
Leave them alone.
I'm
They're
not
not doing
going
anything to you.
around.
I parked them for a
I'm
reason.
letting you know
Okay?
that I don't feel safe to go around.
Get out my
That
face.
is
Stop.
my
Stop it right now.
touch me.
She's like, oh, the man might hurt me. I'll stop. She reacted immediately to that man's gruff voice. She's like, all right, sorry. Went too far.
I got your license number. I work at DMV. You're gonna get in a
Oh shit, we got a DMV employee
We
here.
got a federal employee.
Go for it. Go for it.
That's like a lawyer being like, I am an officer of the court.
Sober.
Dad, you're a tax attorney.
They come, you're blocking my way out of here. You told them I could not get out of here without them going. So this is going to be amazing.
Oh my god, I hope she rams her.
I hope so too. Man,
this-
she's got some real neck.
You're about to get a Shyamalan twist. This should be on Bless the Cameraman.
Please
by the way.
ram him. Please ram him. Come on.
The
Please
cameraman
back up
is
and
like-
ram him.
Yeah, back up. Getting out of the...
I got a whole bunch of it on film.
She's thin.
Did she say she's thin?
Yeah,
She's
so-
reporting her to the police right now,
Oh.
describing her.
It doesn't look like she has tattoos.
Doesn't have.
She's-
What was that word? Hatus?
She's getting some video evidence with her phone. The
no
crazy
fuck
lady is.
There is so much room to the side.
So
to
much
get out.
room.
There's 10 feet between you and the car behind you.
This is one of those people who cannot parallel park even if there's 4 spaces.
What a bitch.
Blacked.
There's so much space. Like, look how wide it is. Oh,
It
good.
is a woman driving.
Praise the cameraman. She can't go around that car, she's claiming. She's claiming she can't go around that car in front of her.
Watch this shit. Watch this shit.
Do it. Please ram that Kia Soul.
Oh, she's backing up? Oh!
Woman driver!
Hit and run! 6VVH469.
I didn't see that.
car.
She hit the wrong car.
She hit the wrong car.
She wasn't
after all
even
that.
mad at that
Guy
car.
just wanted his nugs. Now his evening is ruined.
The car behind her did nothing.
The car in front of her did nothing.
Okay.
They seem to be waiting there, like, this
It's
is where they
funny.
tell us to pull while they're bringing out my, quarter pounder with cheese.
I wonder what the car in front of, like, they were yelling. She was yelling at that driver. The car in front of her. I'm trying to come up with a low percentage responsible, right? He at least stood his ground. He could have been like, look, I can see you're upset. What do you need? 4 feet, 5 feet? Like, what? Let me work with you here. If he really wanted to avoid conflict, he could have. The car behind her wasn't even involved in the situation.
Yeah, but I also don't put any blame on the car in front. Like, she had an energy about her that was aggressive, like coming up looking to start shit. Like, it seemed like the people in the car in front just kind of wanted to sit there and wait, as you do at McDonald's when they need to bring you your food.
Yeah, that was crazy
Right.
incarnate. That was a scary woman.
I just don't know how to describe the, like, car in front blame. Like, obviously, the car in front did nothing wrong.
Mm-hmm.
On the other hand, even if you did nothing wrong, if I come up to you and say, like, hey, man, I can't get around you. I'm obviously insane. I might be high or drunk. You know, you're going to stand your ground while I'm freaking out irrational. That's obviously all my fault. I'm the idiot. But there's some element of, like, fuck off, I'm in the right, that the car
Yeah.
in front did.
That's a crazy lady. And they're out
Yeah.
there walking around everywhere.
Driving,
That's in
mostly.
Sacramento, by the way.
Yeah.
Driving.
Yeah, if she was just walking, this would all be okay.
Can you imagine living with that nightmare of a human being?
You think she's not single? That bitch is insufferable.
No, well, I mean, she's insufferable, but
Sucks.
low grade fuckable, right?
Maybe she's got a nice
Yeah,
pussy.
she's kind of cute.
Yeah, she's
got
kind
kind
of
of a
cute.
She's got like a Rachel Maddow Conti kind of thing going on.
Tell me that insanity doesn't manifest itself in some sort of good lay.
Maybe. Or maybe she just gets mad at you about fast
What?
food related
Look,
grievances.
this is a passionate woman, Taylor.
Fast food related.
Passionate women have good lays.
That's entirely possible. Yeah,
That woman's
I don't
sick
know.
in the head.
yeah,
That's-
that bitch sucks.
That's why she's good in bed, Taylor. Now we're lining
Yeah,
up.
she does. Probably really sucks.
You want a sad story now?
Yes. Wait,
Oh.
no.
We could do another sponsor.
Yeah, let me tell everybody about
Hit
Blue
that
Chew, and then we can switch over to something that's not so hard. Let's talk about sex. Good sex, guys. Remember the days when you were always ready to go? Now you can increase your performance and get that extra confidence in bed. Listen up, BlueChew.com. That's the color blue. BlueChew.com brings you the first chewable with the same FDA-approved ingredients as Viagra and Cialis. So you know it's the real deal, and it's the stuff that works. You can take them anytime, day or night, even on a full stomach. And since they're chewable, they're going to work twice as fast as a pill. So you'll be ready when the opportunity arises. Now, this is not just for guys with dysfunction. It's for any guy out there who wants some extra function and to enhance their performance in the bedroom. Blue Chew is prescribed online and is shipped straight to your door in a discreet package. So no in-person doctor visits, no waiting in the pharmacy, and best of all, no more awkwardness. They're made in the USA, and since Blue Chew prepares and ships direct, they're cheaper than that pharmacy too. Right now, we've got a special deal for our listeners. You can visit BlueChew.com, get your first shipment for free when you use our special promo code. That's PKA. Just pay $5 shipping, and those dick pills will be in the mail, my friends. Again, that's BLUE, BlueChew.com, promo code PKA to try it for free. Blue Chew is the better, faster, cheaper choice.
Check them out.
After it. I recommend it to everybody I know, for real. Like, this is one that I'm just like so sold on. I got a drawer full of this shit. Big fan. Just great. It's great. It's great. I can't think of another product that is like a performance enhancer like that. Coffee. Like, in the same way that coffee just works, you're like, you know what? God damn it. I have energy now. This actually works. Like there's sometimes you take an ibuprofen and you're not even sure if it got rid of the headache or the headache went away. You know, like morphine. Like I've had morphine when I had a burn on my hand. It's like that just works.
Yes.
Okay, that worked. This is another one of those things where you're just like, well, this is a whole new thing. I have never experienced this level of turgidness. Turgidness?
I think it's turgid.
Turgid sounds dirty, and it is dirty.
Yeah, Blue Chew.
Very hard.
Next
Very
level.
hard penis when you take this stuff. Get after it. Get after it for real. Just $5 shipping. $5 is nothing. It's, I don't know. What can you buy for $5 anymore?
2 or 3 Snickers bars.
I don't like Snickers.
It's not the same bang for the buck you get from Blue Chew.
How many Reese's could I get?
2 or 3, probably. It depends
Okay,
on the size.
All right, maybe buy some. No, try it out. You're gonna love it. You're gonna
Yeah.
absolutely love it. Even if you're just jerking off, you're gonna be like, "This is better."
Yeah, the
This is
promo
better.
code gets you I think the first month is free. All
Negative.
you pay is
you're gonna get a trial
shipping.
pack. You get 3 pills. You pay $5 shipping for 3 pills, which is a huge
Right.
deal,
I
compared
didn't
to-
explain it well, but like free pills, not free shipping.
It's a steal.
Correct. So this poor fella, we've all seen those mascots at the ball game. Now, professional mascots, I mean, they're kind of a big deal. Like if you're the bull at the Chicago Bulls game or something, in my opinion, that's a good gig. I bet you get like season tickets, and you might even get some leftover player pussy.
I like
you know?
the freeze.
Sure, any professional mascot, I think is a good gig. However, this guy, shit tier mascot duty. That's right, high school basketball mascot. Not even his regular gig. They asked this guy to, pressured him rather, get in the chicken suit, make the school proud. Things went awry.
Their mascot is the chicken.
He didn't make the school proud of their chicken. I gotta
You're not
see.
going to be laughing when this is over.
Are you guys ready?
The Westview Cox? Yeah.
Is there audio? Is this is a straight up?
This is an Inside
News-
Edition clip.
Oh, if we can, is it broadcast TV we're watching?
Pretty much.
Can we
Well-
watch it off the show with just the audio?
Let me just tell you all
That'd
what
be
happened.
like the backwards of what we could do. I think the audio is
Oh,
the easier
okay.
thing to catch.
Well, I could just tell you what happened.
Tell me what I'm gonna watch it on my own.
Yeah, I want to see it too. Oh, so here, let's tell the people if they want to see it, it would be
Chicken mascot reveals struggles after pet rally accident left him brain damaged.
Gosh, so what happens to this guy?
Well,
Now he was dressed up as a chicken. Are you to tell me this brain damage happened
during the cloacal kiss, he was knocked unconscious.
Now we all
Good
learned
God.
gentlemen of the court.
I'm
we know
at
that
0
chickens
if you wanna
don't
watch.
fuck.
It's
If
in
you
the
still watch
opening
it.
seconds. Like, all right,
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, play. They just pile on?
It's unbelievable.
Is that? Oh, no, they keep piling on.
Wearing a yellow chicken suit is
Now, are they like the chicken?
No,
They're angry at the chicken.
they hate the chicken.
Okay, because I thought that was the sort of just scored a touchdown pile on that I was watching there. No?
No, I think this is the rival team giving him a whomping.
Oh, he's a little beat up. So all right. So what it is it looks like this was his high school, maybe. He had everything going for him at the time of the 2010 incident in which his classmates pounced on him while he was dressed as their rival team's mascot.
Oh, shit.
He had dreamed of becoming a doctor, but now he struggles just to read, and he's failed 40 college classes. Good God.
Dude,
This is one of those things. This is like when my lawyer was like, now you're going to want to go to like some soup kitchens that'll look real good in court. They were like, all right, now you're going to want to fail a lot of courses. All right, David?
Right?
Everything you take, zeros. Just tell me you can't read. $10 million settlement for this young man.
He might have earned it.
Oh, he earned it.
He definitely did. Dude, that poor guy.
I wouldn't trade my
That's
brain
really
for 10
fucking
million.
sad.
Would you trade the ability to fucking read for $10 million, Taylor? That's actually a good one.
Well, there's audiobooks.
I love reading. Yeah.
Taylor,
I love
10
reading
million.
too.
And
I like
to think
knowing
I'm pretty good at it.
Yep, that's my exit. If
Taylor-
you can't read, life is a real uphill struggle.
You know what
How
also
do I order?
sucks? Working all the time. Taylor, how much of your time do you spend earning money?
I mean, a lot of it.
A lot of it. He earns money all the time.
But see, like, I would
This
much
is
rather
Daryl.
be able to
He reads for me.
functionally read.
Yeah, thanks, Kyle.
Read
Like,
something, Daryl.
you could
This is
hire
Daryl. He's
Kyle
my
as your
reader.
reader. You know, like I'm thinking of the time Notch needed a fun coordinator, right? Kyle could
This
do
is
that.
Kyle. He reads shit for me. I'm lying to you. I'm reading taxes and stuff. Says you owe him $400,000. Just make the check out to me. Apparently, yeah. Here, I'll hold your hand. Yeah,
It sounds right to me, Mr. Kyle.
No,
Not
read
good
it,
to
you're-
me, Kyle. I have many monies.
You're the best.
Dude, this guy, that's a shit hand to be dealt.
That's a
That
shit hand to
sucks.
be dealt for sure.
Poor
Yeah.
guy.
I mean,
But
do you
also,
remember-
$10 million takes away a lot of pain.
There's a fan of the show. He came to the Hangouts for a while. He traded an arm for enough money in which he might never need to work again. And I feel like he thought it was a good trade.
I'd rather be retarded
I
than
think he'd
not
rather
have
have
use
the
of my arm. Yeah.
Let us know, gun surgeon. Would you rather have your arm back?
Of course he
than
would.
That I think his settlement was like 200,000. Would he?
I thought it was 7 digits.
I think I don't even think it was 200. I think he got like 175K.
Well,
for
also,
his
gun surgeon
arm.
like is clearly a very smart guy. He wasn't having trouble making money.
I don't know his personal life.
Yeah, I don't know what his career was. He like if he, let's say he was
I
an
assume
HVAC
everyone in our
repairman.
hangouts is successful.
Let's say he was an HVAC repairman prior to the injury. Then that's hard to do one-handed, right? But if he was an accountant, then it's not. So I don't know.
Ooh, ouch. Ooh, double ouch. Well, all right. But anyway, yeah, this poor chicken guy, that fucking sucks.
Triple ouch.
Triple ouch. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus. Well, all right. Opinions change.
Well, we won't share all his personal details, but
It's very rough. He
Tricky
doesn't seem to
hand.
fault for
Good
anyone.
luck.
yeah.
Good luck. Yeah. Yeah, no, I would not trade my arm.
My little gaming. We play a lot of games together.
How is he at gaming? Because he doesn't have full use of
He's a
two
lot better
hands.
than you would think for a guy with one arm.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I've been playing COD a bunch. I'm level 115, if that means anything to the COD players. It's a measure of time in game. And I'm not at my peak. Like at my peak, I was better than I am right now. But I'm useful. You know, I usually, if you lose a game, I usually think 6 of me might have won this. Like, you know, I was an assistant to the
gotcha, yeah.
team. But also not necessarily I was the best on this team. Just, you know, we could have done better if I'm getting better. That's all.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm liking it. I might switch games. They're changing COD a lot, which I appreciate, right? Like if you go back to Modern Warfare 2, it was kind of the same thing. And then every 3 months or so, like they'd change it. It feels like they're adding a map or a weapon or a game type all the time. And, or if not, a map change, it'll be like Shoot House was one of the most active maps. And they're like Shoot House 24/7. Now they have something called Shoot the Ship, where it's just shipment and Shoot House again and again and again. A lot of better players gravitate towards that one. And also, not only is there a ton of activity in it, but you get double weapon XP in it. So if you want to try a new gun and rank it up and see, like maybe get your favorite configuration of it, you can find 50 gunfights on a typical shipment thing. Not even 50 gunfights, probably 100 gunfights and maybe 50 or 60 kills. Rank up your weapon in a hurry and see if you like that one, and then just move on to something else. For the first year I've played COD, I truly don't worry about my KD. I didn't even know what it was. It was higher than I thought it was, but not good. Like 0.7 something high maybe. And but yeah, I can just go into shipment, get a bunch of kills with the shitty weapon, see if I like it, and put on another one. And yeah, I'm liking COD-ish, but Halo's calling me.
What's the name of the new Halo again?
It's Reach, so it's a remake of an old Halo. But yeah, what are you smiling at, Kyle?
Midgets fighting. I'm pre-watching it to see if this is something we want to. And I mean, it's a pretty good.
Stop there
midget
and
tussle.
throw it in the chat.
Yeah, you're making me want to see it.
Midgets.
Yeah,
are the midgets ganging up on a non-midget? Are they fighting each other?
Ooh,
The title of this is "They Had a Little Misunderstanding."
All right, I am ready. I'm ready to watch these.
This is the rarest of midget, the elusive black midget.
Now what we have here is the elusive black midget.
Are you guys
These
ready?
three have congregated together in numbers almost unheard of to medical science.
It's odd because they usually travel south for winter.
Yes.
Yeah. Midgets travel south. Yeah, I'm ready.
Ready, set, play. Everyone's so happy.
That's because they're
First word?
They're all midgets.
What?
Damn. Ooh! Ooh!
Let's do it again. Do it again. Stop now. Stop.
Quit playing, y'all. Damn. That's enough.
Here comes Daddy.
Move, man.
Oh!
Quit playing.
Pride rules.
Pride rules means it's okay to kick an opponent on the ground, and Kyle's right.
Dude, that 32-inch TV they have, that's huge for them. That's theater style viewing.
God damn, we in the IMAX.
The guy that lost the fight, in my opinion, won the eye test. Like if I were to pick him out, I think he was a little smaller, maybe the other guy, but he was
That other
like
guy's head was huge.
Cut. Let's take another peek at this.
Like
what's the thing? They both had dwarf style bodies where they got the normal size
top
big
heavy.
head. Yeah, top heavy.
I feel like a headbutt from this little fucker would be lethal.
Absolutely.
He could take her kneecap right out.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Pop you right in the thigh, give you a nasty Charlie horse.
The loser just has bad balance. Like it takes nothing. He threw him over, he fell down, hit his head on the wall. Then they grapple again, and all of a sudden he's falling on the couch. Like balance is a thing.
It's almost like
the guy with the lower center of gravity lost. Yeah.
And that Pride Rules
same
kick.
page there.
Now that I watched the Pride Rules kick twice, I'm going to fast forward it to the fans.
It was no big deal.
Oh, these guys are. I didn't think it through, but dwarfs are terrible at kicking.
Yeah, the most extreme thing that we saw here, I think, was his head hitting that like cabinet over there, and maybe a little bit of the Big Brother style dirty boxing or whatever you want to call it.
I don't know why the line dwarfs are terrible at kicking. It's so funny. They're little
We're not good at much.
shitty little kicks.
What are they good at?
Picking things up off the ground.
Hide and seek.
Hide and seek. Seeing underneath
trips to Epstein's Island.
Seeing
Under
underneath
false pretenses. Well, you're not a child mid rape. You're just a dwarf.
Getting baking pans from the bottom cabinet.
Oh, so low.
A lot of things
Being
they're
able
good
to
at.
shop at Baby Gap.
Jesus Christ! I wonder if that's even true.
Cheaper though.
Like,
I don't know.
If you've ever bought like a baby, like actual nice clothes, they're expensive as fuck.
I'm on the other side of that. I always thought they were kind of cheap.
Yeah, I figured they would be cheaper.
I might be shopping at nicer places than me, but like, if you've got like a 2-year-old you're taking to a wedding.
When I dress my bastard children that I do not speak of, I go only to the finest of establishments.
It's like you're telling me this whole suit is like $26. Like, baby clothes are cheap as fuck.
Baby clothes are very cheap.
It's
Kyle. They're called
funny.
diapers.
I don't think I posted any pictures, or I think I talked about it on PKA, but I haven't posted any pictures on Twitter yet of the onesies that my girlfriend put the dogs in so that they wouldn't itch their nut sacks. And apparently those onesies were like $10 a pop. So that's pretty cheap.
Yeah, dude, baby clothes are so cheap. We buy diapers now, right? Because we watch George Foreman. And my wife, I was like, how much are we spending on diapers? And we worked it out. So we have George Foreman like 40 hours a week, maybe. And it worked out to like $6 and some cents a week we spend on diapers.
Oh, geez. That's way less than I would have assumed.
People act like diapers. Now, granted, whoever has them,
I just caught on that. Is you calling that baby George Foreman still?
Yeah.
It's a good bit.
You roll with it. So,
man, if you really want to have some fun, you got to find an actual black baby to pose for a picture with.
Oh, damn it. This should have been a private conversation. Because that would be the funniest bit.
Just you and Hope and a black baby.
Oh, no.
No, everybody dresses up like it's Christmas.
That's funny, but I try not to bring up poor Hope in this.
Fair enough.
She didn't ask for it.
I apologize.
Yeah.
Of course
it's cool. Yeah, but anyway, people act like diapers are really expensive, and I think what it is diapers are just a proxy for every cost included in babies.
Yeah.
But babies aren't that much. Healthy babies are not that expensive. Kids get to be more expensive.
I would imagine so. Man, I hope if I have boys in the future, they are nothing like me as a kid. But it's going to be poetic justice if they are. And they're just like starting fires and breaking things. And
did you used to start a lot of fires? I used to start fires all the time.
I was kind of being hyperbolic. I really didn't start any fires. I went through a phase where I liked burning things with a magnifying glass during summer. I thought that was fun.
Starting fires was like a hobby of mine almost. Like I started fire. We used to, after school, like I liked camp. I still love campfires. And we would just go out in the woods, like by this recycling center and, start fires with the shit I learned in Boy Scouts and just.
You've got a big, nice fire pit out there, don't you?
Yeah. At this house we do. Yeah.
Do you use it pretty often? Because that's one of those like outdoor things that's pretty low maintenance, but I feel like when you have company over, like, it's always great to have a nice fire roaring outside.
It is nice. We should use it more. I use it all the time for like, hypothetically burning boxes and shit like that because we get so many. But in terms of sitting around it, really only when I do that, and that's not that like Colin and I were sitting by the fire just a week ago. But in terms of like long, slow, all night long by the wooden fire, like not so much.
Okay.
But it is nice.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. How's I don't think I gave you the credit that was due for this on PKN. I saw the title of your post-ban stream name and that is fucking choice. That is so funny. That's a real good one.
Yeah, so I got banned for saying what is it? Keep laughing, you fucking maggot.
F slur is
F slur. Yeah. So I got unbanned. You flipping maggot or something was my post.
Yeah,
it was my return to streaming.
Instantly rebanned.
I was worried.
Oh, you think it's funny?
I was afraid they wouldn't think it was funny, but I guess no one cared or watched or one of those.
Yeah, I thought that they were more cool with like your stream names, and I made one that was like time to suck today's dick, and everyone was saying like, oh, terms of service, and it's like, I'm pretty sure you guys are just memeing. Like nobody's gotten mad at me so far. It seems pretty fine. Or
Did
nobody
you keep that one or change it right away? Or?
No, I kept it. I didn't know how to change the title. So
I have a hard time telling what gets me banned. Like when did we put PKA on Twitch? Would you call that 2 years ago?
That feels so long ago. I don't know.
I think it was even longer than that.
Okay. And so let's call it 3 or 3.5 years ago. Is it a whole different world since then? Because not only did they not ban PKA, they promoted it on the homepage. And to Tucker's surprise, he was like, I can't believe they did that. Everyone expected us to get banned because of the nature of the show.
So we could roll the dice again, put it on Twitch, and just
Right.
Hi, this isn't Woody's gamer tag, and this isn't Taylor Merca. These are other people streaming on Kyle's channel.
Right. This is just Woody and Taylor, not to be confused.
Yeah. With those other people.
Yeah. So I thought like everyone's wrong. You know, Twitch rolls with it a little more than they say they do. And then I got banned for saying that. So not everyone's wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, they're definitely a little more.
I need a few more bans to figure out where the edges are, right? I'm like a blind guy stumbling around, and I found one cliff, but that doesn't tell me the whole landscape.
No, it just tells you one place that you shouldn't walk off.
Yeah. So I won't say the F slur, but there's a whole lot of things we got to try out.
Now that you got banned before me, like, I almost want to be extra careful and keep my streak going.
Oh,
like,
see, no, I don't accept that I was banned before you because I started 6 weeks prior. You need to go at least 4 more weeks to beat my streak.
That's insurmountable. Well, I mean, that's the thing with like on YouTube, at least I feel like you can say most of the jokes you want, but like you'll think about some stuff on Twitch and be like, oh no, can't say that joke, which kind of sucks, but you know, you got to play the hand that's dealt.
Yeah, so when I stream games, it tends, although that's what I got banned for, it tends not to be too naughty. But then afterwards, sometimes I'll do just chatting for an hour or two. And it's not hard to get me going, you know? Like they ask for sex advice or something. I'm like, fuck yeah, here's what you need to know. Put your finger in a pooper or whatever. And I'm like, just chatting is what's going to get me banned. That's
for sure. Sure. I don't like that you can get banned for your chat's behavior. I don't think that's fair. Ooh. What am I? Am I my brother's keeper? No, I am not. And so that part really sucks. And like people always say like, oh, dude, your chat is unbelievably toxic. It's like, no, it's not. It's people ribbing. They're riffing. They're making jokes. They're having fun. Like
I went through a transformation on that. It's around the time Ice Poseidon was on the show. He was like, they're just memes. And I'm like, you know what? That's right. A lot of these things that would hurt my feelings like weren't even said with lots of hate. And so that helped me turn around.
Yeah. I mean, I like someone will like give me like $20 and be like, you're a fat-headed cunt. And it's like, all right, well, thank you. Thank you for the $20. I'll do
my streams aren't making, like I had a stream, and I think I was like 4 hours into it. And they're like, how do you like streaming? I'm like, well, financially, it's pretty much a failure. I made $17 so far. And and then after I said that, it went up. I can see why Wings complains about money constantly because it's profitable. It went from 17 to 40. Like, you know.
Whoop, whoop.
Yeah.
As long as I get Big Dick Nick in the chat, I know it's going to be a lucrative night.
Yeah.
That guy dropping $500 donos on the reg.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. That guy, like, it's almost frustrating where it's like, I want to have enough money to give money to idiots on Twitch like this. Like you must be like, that just must be a forgettable amount of money for you where you're like, oh, 500. Meh.
Have you seen that guy talk about what a billionaire is?
Yes. Yeah. Is it that the one where they have like an Excel sheet or something, or Notepad, and it shows all the lines of it, and he'll delete like a full 100 million or something, and then scroll back down and be like, where did I delete it from?
I want to
can't even find it.
Do it on this show, even though it's totally like just stolen concept. But yeah, he writes 100,000 and then he writes 1 billion next to each other. And you can see it's more zeros, but they almost look like they're in the same family. And when people, Kyle, are you looking to get in? No. Okay. So, they write 100,000, they write 1 billion, and almost like they're both lots of money. You think of them as a lot. And then he like writes 100,000 10 times on a line, and that's 1 million. And you say like, all right. And then he has to do 1 million again and again and again. And by the time you see how many 100,000s are in 1 billion, and then he like takes one away from what would be, I'm going to make it up, like 29 printed pages of 100,000s with one missing. You're like, wow, that 100,000 is a truly trivial amount. One that you wouldn't notice had come or gone to a billionaire. Even a millionaire, like that's a line of these, right? And what are there, 1,000 lines of 100,000, right? So he goes from 1,000 lines to 999 lines worth of. That doesn't seem right. No, it is. Is it right? It's in calculable.
100 to 99. Yeah.
Is it 199? Okay.
Yeah.
So a whole line of and now there's 99 lines, and it's like outrageous. Are you sure it's 100? Because that's just 2 zeros. Maybe I'm wrong.
100 groups of 100,000 is 10 million, right?
Who would know?
So 10 groups of 100,000 would be a million. This is embarrassing, guys.
Yeah, and then he saw this coming. What? You're just watching, you said?
I thought it would be fun to do the same thing, but do it with amounts of money that we actually possess and compare it to like really poor people in foreign countries. Like we work for like whatever 30 rupees a day. All right, so this is $10,000. I mean, I take it or leave it. I forgot I had this $10,000. Now this is what it would be like in rupees. It's 80 million rupees. Jamil here works 30 days for 400 rupees. Now, but just denigrate an entire culture at the same time.
That's the goal.
That's the PKA way.
But yeah, I wish I did his little presentation. I did it for like my wife or daughter or something. It was like, it is outrageous how much a billion is. No one thinks millionaire and billionaire are the same, but they think of both of them as rich. No, millionaires aren't shit compared to
different
billionaires.
Leagues. Yeah.
And it's eye-opening. I've been told so many times that like you can't even comprehend how much a billion is, or a trillion for that matter. And thought, no, I totally can. I know all my numbers. I can order them. But
my numbers.
But then when I see some of these demonstrations, it's eye-opening to the difference. That's pretty cool.
That's like when you see, I think I follow some bot on Twitter that's like U.S. national debt calculator. And like once a day, it'll like tweet, we owe 22 trillion, so many billion, so many million, so many, all that. And it's like, I always think, I'm like, but there's no way to pay this off, right? Like it's hopeless. Like, are there even $21 trillion in the world or in the US? Is our economy even that large?
Yeah. Isn't our GDP like something comparable?
GDP, what's that even mean?
Like the amount
gross domestic product? Yeah.
Don't we like make like 4 trillion a year or something like that? It seems like if we buckled down, we pay that bitch off in a couple decades.
So the GDP, this is 2017, but whatevs. It was about 19 trillion. And
I got this in a year or two. Come on, tighten those belts.
If you just don't spend
what we have
anything.
to do is every single person has to pour every cent they have into this, and then we're a mere 3 trillion away.
If the Democrats do somehow take power, then the Republicans will go back to being deficit hawks, and that might be good for America.
These people fucking suck, where they're like, the only people who ever care about finances and the deficit are the people who aren't in power. And then the second they're in power, they're like, fucking gangbusters, let's go. What, the military? Every single soldier doesn't have 4 rifles? Like, let's do it. Pour them out there, bitch.
Dude, the wasted money is the thing. Like, when I was a kid, wasted money was always a big story. I always heard about some $600 hammer, $1,000 ashtray. You hear about it all the time. It doesn't seem to be a story now. Now, if you were to say, like, can you believe the Army's paying $700 for a hammer? They'd come back and be like, what, do you hate the troops? And there's like no amount of money.
What are you, a Muslim?
Someone in my universe was in the Army, and they had to get rid of all their ammo. If they don't spend all the ammo they use, and they get the lower budget for the next year, and they had to fire it. So the first thing they do is they start loading it into guns and just like not even aiming, like holding the trigger, waiting for it to go and shooting all these rounds. It didn't take them long at all to be like, this is actually impossible. Like,
you gotta burn the ammo.
Yeah, like the ammo doesn't even come out of the gun fast enough to shoot it all. So
We're ruining so many guns.
And it's bad for the guns, and it's not like the Army was getting training out of it, right? That's why they have so much ammo, so that they can become better marksmen. That's not the case. You can't they can't even shoot it this fast, let alone aim it. So they get skid steers and they bury the ammo to get rid of the ammo, so that next year their budget wouldn't go down. That kind of stuff is like outrageously bad, and I think it's pretty normal too. There's a lot of saving that can be done that doesn't have to be anti-troop. We can do some cuts.
But no one's going to do it.
I mean, how many fake legs do they need, right? You go
Yeah, right.
They always
can
want those
3D
fancy
print
blade
those
legs and
limbs.
stuff. Whatever happened to those peg legs you saw in the cartoons?
Right? I don't
It
know
was
why they need
fashionable and a
reconstructive
conversation
surgery.
starter.
I thought that guy in that Atlantic City mobster movie looked fine.
He looked masculine.
You looked thick, tight,
It's a good look.
capable.
Keep me
Thick,
updated on his
tight.
progress.
like a roasted hot dog. He looked very, very taut all the way
Like a
around.
Hebrew national.
Yes. Little
Some
shrivel.
of the highest quality of hot dogs.
Those are good hot dogs.
the only one
We
that
were
beats
talking about
them
things
out
that are
are
good with
Nathan's.
cream cheese on them earlier. That's when we were in Seattle.
Hot
Everybody's
dogs with
like
cream cheese.
You're eating
Yeah.
hot dogs with cream cheese? What the fuck, dude?
one of my best Blade only use me Blade memories is when him and White Boy were walking up a hill. That's right. There was a time where he could walk, and we're going up the hill.
Up a
and
hill, no less.
Up a hill, and it was a serious hill. It's Seattle. There's a lot
I
of.
tell you, it was 100 yards if it was a foot.
We've been walking for
Both
half an hour,
ways
and we were
uphill.
very drunk.
Uh huh.
And
No, I was there.
like,
I remember. That's where I slid into that giant ice rink, and then you.
That was
No,
Boston. He's
that's
talking about
Boston.
Seattle.
Oh, I thought we were talking about Boston. My bad.
Yeah,
Seattle.
and I think we were on a mission to save White Boy because he had gotten far, like he'd been keeping up with me and Blade, and Blade's
He's a
better
different weight
drinker than
class.
me, even totally different weight class. Yeah, like Blade's like fucking heavyweight champ, and I'm middleweight champ, and White Boy, he's a featherweight at best when it comes to putting that Jaeger away, and that's what we've been drinking. We've been drinking Jaeger bombs all night, and we just started walking to Blade's car, and I believe the plan was for him to drive us somewhere. Alcohol makes you think certain things are good ideas when they're not. He drove a Cadillac. I figured we'll be fine. It's a big
Renowned for their
automobile.
safety.
It's really the
inspection.
pedestrian that's in trouble.
I wouldn't want to be in front of him while he's driving it. But in any case, like we're walking, and we've been walking for a long time, and we're getting a little tired. And look, there's a hot dog stand right there next to us on the sidewalk. And I'm thinking, like, I could really use some Gatorade. And Blade's like, three, yeah. Fucking ordering 3 cream cheese dogs.
He's always
And,
been
like,
baller.
He
3
eats his.
cream cheese dogs?
He eats it for all of us. He ordered us all a hot dog.
Oh,
And like I ate like half mine, and I'm like, it's really good, Blade, but I just feel kind of sick. White Boy's like, I can't do it. Blade eats all 3 hot dogs and continues uphill with White Boy on his back. Piggyback style. And I'm following him, and after a while I'm just like, Kitty, I'm with Blade and White Boy. Yeah, cream cheese, and we're lost. I need help. And a car pulled up, like found us on the side of the road, and they're she's like, come on. And I get in the car with her and like some other responsible adults, and I was whisked away. I don't know if White Boy came with me or not. I was very drunk, but Blade made it to his car and back to the hotel.
Probably didn't
Well,
drive.
there you
He probably
go.
pushed
A
it
nice
back
little-
safely.
Oh, he
Little
drove. Oh, he definitely drove. There was blood all over the grill.
The
someone
cream
poured
cheese.
paint all over the front of my car.
Not again.
Was the cream
Somebody
cheese
pours pig blood on my grill every night.
was the cream cheese
What are
like
these teeth
put
in
on
my
top
grill?
of the hot dog like it was butter, or was it in the hot dog like some, I don't know, creation of food R&D?
Let me find a picture of it. I don't remember. I just remember that it had
Can't
cream
imagine
cheese
it was
and
in
other toppings. Like there was more
It was
than
a
just
topping.
cream cheese.
I'm
Yeah,
hoping it was
you put
like
chili or mayo or ketchup, like a condiment.
okay, because I pictured it a little bit like stuffed cheese with cheese in
You
the
put
pizza.
mayonnaise
It's
on
a
top?
Seattle thing. Yeah, it's a Seattle thing. So like here's a Seattle hot dog recipe. The lightly toasted hot dog bun piled with a beefy hot, slowly caramelized onions, smoky cream cheese, jalapenos, and that's apparently a Seattle dog.
Okay, that actually sounds pretty good when you add the other ingredients.
The
in.
jalapenos, yeah,
Yeah,
and the caramelized
a
onions.
little spice, a little savory with the hot dog, a little
Dude,
sweet.
it was
with
fucking
cream
good.
cheese.
The pictures I'm seeing, it's more cream cheese than I thought. I thought there'd be a hint of cream cheese. That is not the case.
No, they're putting some cream cheese on that bad boy.
They are.
Yeah.
I love hot dogs.
I love hot dogs too. I'm thinking about making my own. I've got the device that'll. I've just got to get the thing with the intestines.
casing? Yeah.
Fill them up.
Do it, dude. Are you
Yeah.
gonna do 100% beef as you should?
Yeah, I'm gonna grind my own beef like I do with hamburgers.
I hope he grows his own cow.
I am
He's
growing
already in
my
the
own
process.
Right? Yeah, like if hot dogs were one of the outcomes of that cow, that'd be kind of like I had to do something with the asshole and the lips.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
see.
you still got like the cow's pussy lips and feet to work with after it's all
I wonder how
hard
they're
out.
gonna dispatch my cow when it's time. Like will they use
Grinder
piston
fertilizer?
guns?
Oh, I was thinking what they're going to do with the extra cow parts.
Stand very still.
Exactly. What is that? Stand very still.
Dude, that scene, like I was an adult already when I saw that movie, and that scene, I was like, "Whoa, oh fuck,
what's that?
Oh, that was so quick. Oh, I would have probably fallen for that too. Fuck."
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. I'm like, why aren't you wearing a uniform? Stand very still, sir.
Yeah, you got a bowl cut. I don't trust you.
He's like, how's the weather up there? Up your way. And what way is that? Dallas, I saw your tags. What business of it up yours where I'm coming from? Well, I didn't mean nothing by it. And it gets so much more intense every second.
What do I stand to gain?
Everything.
Yeah.
It is.
I need to figure out how to do his voice. I bet I could.
I'm looking up
my
how
voice
they
isn't deep enough to do it.
I'm looking up how they kill cows. And this is like looking up gun stats or something. Like it's number one link was PETA. And I'm like, I don't know if I want to ask PETA how they kill cows. I'm not sure they're a reliable source, right? It's like asking Matt about drugs or something. So the next one is Modern Farmer. It is also an obviously biased site. I'm not saying it's factually incorrect. Just here's a really unhappy cow whose head is trapped in like a wall or something like that.
Good.
We just hug them to death.
And then
they can't handle the love.
So I didn't read it all, but I guess they stun the cow and then hang it by its feet before the full killing, and they show the feet and how a cow is suspended after being stunned. I just don't know that this is the common case for how they take out a cow.
Have you ever seen clips of how like kosher slaughtering is done?
No.
Where like for a cow to be like certified kosher or whatever, like they can't stun it, they can't give it like any painkiller things. They will like the people in the slaughterhouse will like string up the cow by its feet with a chain as it's still alive and being like, woo, woo, woo. And then someone just takes a sharp ass blade, drags it across the neck, and it's like gurgling and bleeding out all over its own face. It's pretty cool.
I knew that was coming.
Like, man, this Judaism thing winning me over.
Yeah. Apparently, the captive bolt pistol, which is what these devices are called, stuns the animal. It doesn't kill them. I'm what if I can have one of these?
Yeah, halal, which is like how Muslims eat their food, and kosher, I think, are like pretty much the same in their approach.
Yeah, it'll continue to beat until the heart runs out of oxygen, and the heart eventually runs out of oxygen because captive bolt stunning stops breathing. However, if cessation of a heartbeat is used as a definition of death, then the animal shot with a captive bolt will be alive for 8 to 10 minutes. This provides sufficient time for death to be induced by a throat cut on the neck and still be considered halal. So what they're saying here is that they can have their cake and eat it too. Basically, they can stun the animal so it doesn't feel the throat cutting and bleeding out.
Dude, that's got to be the best job ever, is being like a rabbi who gets hired where they're like, hey, we need you to come kosherize me, Captain, like that kind of thing. And then you show up at a plant and you just do a little wizardry for free and they owe you thousands of dollars. That is a great grift.
Why is it so hard to kill a cow instantly, right? Like that bolt, you know, that we've all seen the device from No Country for Old Men, I think it's called.
Yeah.
And if that thing went out 6 inches, wouldn't that cow just insta die? I
would assume so.
I saw what I think was an Iraqi get sniped in the head, and it left an impression on me how quickly he went from life to death. Like that guy dropped straight down in a crumple of jelly and bones. Like he just...
I've shot cows in the head.
I think we watched that on the show. Is that the one where you can like see bone fragments coming out when the bullet hits?
I'm not sure. But he was standing in a street, if I recall, and he just, like, he didn't tip over. He didn't like yell.
It's like you cut the strings.
Yeah, it's just like you flipped a switch and it shot straight down, straight to death. So I sort of thought that slaughter would be like that.
I don't know why it's not. I think maybe it's something about maybe the heart continues to beat and maybe it helps them bleed out. I don't know. I've shot cows to put them out of their misery before, and I shoot them in the head and they are gone. They don't feel a fucking thing.
They just
I've done it
Almost like the guy I described, like the
exactly like the guy you described.
Tip
Sometimes
right
they'll
up.
just kind of go, and like that's it. Like they just fall. They're dead. They're dead instantaneously because the part of them that makes them alive is gone. It exploded.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That's
like
crazy.
you are your brain. Like the rest of you is like a meat suit that your brain is fucking powering around. You think, oh, these are my hands. No, they're not. They're just some. It might as well be a pair of pliers that's connected to your brain with some fucking wiring. We're just little machines that this weird If you've ever seen a full human nervous system, like the brain with
That shit's
all of
cool as fuck.
it's gross as shit. You could put that in a tank and that would still be us. We're just in a meat suit. So like once that's gone, like you're no more. And the same's true for that fucking cow. I've shot a lot of them.
Yeah, fuck them.
I don't think I've ever shot a deer in the head. Oh, I have. No, that was no.
you don't aim
What's
for the head when you
longest
hunt.
it's
right?
ever
Never.
taken you to kill an animal?
No,
Is it
you
because
don't
it's
aim for the-
risky?
It's because it's risky for the animal.
Right.
For one thing, the head of the deer is often considered a trophy. For a second, you might just blow his fucking nose off, which would be horrific for the deer because they'll survive that sort of thing and go on and starve to death and gruesome pain.
Mm-hmm.
Their face will rot off or something awful like that. Whereas if you miss his heart by 6 inches, you hit his lungs. If you miss his lungs by 8 inches, you hit his liver. You know, everything right here behind his shoulder blade, including the shoulder blade, is a kill shot with a 30 caliber rifle.
Is a liver a slow death? Thought it might be.
Nah, he just fucking dropped. It's such a big bullet, and like hunting bullets aren't like military cartridges. Like Full Metal Jacket goes through like a spear, just like sticking like a spear through someone. But like real bullets, hunting bullets, they go through and they turn into all these petals, like self-defense rounds do.
Mhm.
And so they're cutting the hole in the back will be like a big enough to stick like all your fingers into.
That's a
You
thing.
fist it.
I
Yeah.
feel like sometimes people who want to do gun bans don't understand, right? They hear AR-15, for example, and think it's this like extra deadly killing machine, super whatever. And now I'm a little speaking. Kyle, correct me if I get anything wrong here, but it's like if you hunt deers with AR-15, some people will consider you impolite. Like you need to use a deadlier round, perhaps, maybe northern deer or something where they're bigger. If you're hunting with 223 or 5.56, same thing, then like you should be doing these like 30-06 or something that really kills deer dead. But people misunderstand. Like the thing is that with the military, they have other priorities, like carrying this shit on their backs as they hike for 20 miles.
And cost, and how it's to be the application of the weapon system. If you look at like the 458 SOCOM round that originated right after Somalia, where special forces were like, hey, we're shooting these fucking skinnies who are chewing cod all day, and they're just eating 2 or 3 5.56 rounds and just keep spraying a fucking AK at us, riding on the back of a Toyota, and they just killed 3 of our guys. They're like, all right, we need something that'll like hit a guy who doesn't give a fuck and is drugged up and knock him the fuck down. And they came up with a 458 SOCOM round, and it's outrageous. It comes out of the AR-15 platform or the M4 platform, whatever, and it's huge fucking fat bullet that's going fast enough. I don't know.
Slow down the
when I
Somalians
shot,
or Somalis.
that'll drop a Somali in his tracks. I guarantee.
I'm only as good as my sources, but I was reading this thing about when they moved to 5.56, and they're like, yeah, with 5.56, we had like 12-man groups of people. Now we can move to 7 because 7 men are as effective with 12 because they can carry more rounds. And, whereas if you have a really heavy bullet, maybe you carry 200 rounds. With a light bullet, you carry 300 rounds, and each person is more effective than they were with the 200s. So
yeah,
that's the kind of thing that the military needs to keep into their consideration. But if you're going to shoot, now I feel bad. But like if you're going to shoot a school, a movie theater or something like that, bigger rounds might be your thing. You're not hiking 30 miles. You're not doing like what Vietnam soldiers had to do and carry that stuff through the woods and the swamp all the time.
It's both ways, like a 30 caliber bullet. I mean, if you wing something with it, it's like I could easily see a 30 caliber bullet taking an arm most of the way off if you hit them like right in the bone.
Okay.
Like it's a big bullet. All of my experience obviously is fucking deer and pigs, especially pigs, and it really fucking knocks them dead. But with 5.5, not so much. I've shot pigs with 5.56 and they kept running. But most of the time, that was with like Full Metal Jacket, and we switched to like those really good hollow point rounds, ballistic tip actually, and those explode when they hit the hog, and it's like a little shotgun that goes off right on impact and just scatters his insides with shrapnel that are just slicing every artery and organs to smithereens. So it's more about the rate of fire and like how much lead you can put downrange, because that makes an AR-15 so deadly in those terrible situations. It's like he's got 30 rounds or 60 rounds, and he can deliver them as fast as he can pull the trigger. And they're pretty accurate because of the low recoil. You know, with a 30 caliber round.
What is an AR-10 the bigger AR-15? Is that like?
Yeah, it is. And those would be in a 308 cartridge most of the time. You know, there's a lot of like in between cartridges and like Wildcat stuff and like weird application rounds, 6.8 and stuff like that. But for the most part, the two mainstays that I was always familiar with was the 5.56, you know, the standard AR-15, and then the what's kind of commonly known as an AR-10, which is very, very much like an AR-15, but it's a 308 caliber. It's sort of the difference between the Scar L and the Scar L and the Scar H if you played Call of Duty. You know, maybe that's a good way to put it. One's 5.56, the other's 308, and there's a big difference. Big difference.
Yeah, people who don't know guns at all sometimes think the AR-15 is this like ridiculous thing with outrageous recoil. I've heard it said that they can hurt people even if they just come close. Like if it's a near miss, then you might lose the ankle, and that is wildly untrue.
I've had people shoot fruit out of my hands with them. So
right, I've never done that, but I've shot near grass. Like I've shot like on a bipod in the ground, and the grass is hardly impacted. Like it's not ripping my ankle off if it's barely blowing the grass over.
The first time I shot an AR-15, like I was kind of surprised, but I was like, "Oh goddamn,
yes,
this is nice." Like this isn't punch back at me at all.
Even the Reddit people, who I think are not very pro gun, there was like someone was saying that the AR-15 recoil and kick was so dramatic and shocking and emotionally scarring. Yeah. And someone put the butt of the rifle on their nose and just pulled it to show how mild it really is. And they're like, that's an incredibly effective display at what he's trying to tell you. Like,
if that was shocking that dude, give him a 12 gauge and see how he feels. Like, throw a slug in a 12 gauge and see how that guy fares.
Yeah, AR-15s are great at everything. And that, when you really trick one out and you customize it, when it has a very good muzzle brake on it, muzzle brakes take so much of the recoil out, like a shocking amount. I don't know the percentage. If I'm just guessing, it's like 40% of the recoil is gone. And now instead of something that would barely touch your nose, now it doesn't even touch your nose. Now it's just out. And then you throw a suppressor on there too, a good stock, good grips, change the weight of it a little bit with some attachments, and you just don't feel anything. And you can really spray accurately when the lighter and the less recoil they have. You can do some cool stuff with AR-15s.
I've got a video here of drunk guy in one of those little carts that you can raise yourself up in. I don't know.
Cherry picker.
I don't know what it's called. Cherry picker. Thank you. And he is discussing the current quandary with someone else. Let's watch this.
I'm familiar with this series of videos.
Ready? The series. Ready, set, play.
What's your name? Steve. Steve? I can't have you driving up and down the street in this Skyjack. You're sitting on beer.
That's for after. I'm not drinking it now.
What about that beer there I saw you drinking coming out of the driveway?
Oh, man. I'm just finishing. That one was from earlier.
Solid reasoning. I'm on this.
I can't have you driving down the road in a Skyjack drinking beer. Why don't you come on down and talk to me here for a minute? Let's figure this out.
I'm with Steve on this one.
No, just come on down. We'll get this figured out and we'll get you back to work.
No.
Steve, come on down. Steve, come on down.
Come get me. How about that?
I'll tell you what, Steve, we can do this the easy way or we can do it the hard way.
Come on up.
The hard way, on the way to jail, we're going to stop by the hospital.
Oh, maybe I'll come down. Maybe I won't.
You think this is real?
Steve?
No, it's a series of comedy videos.
Oh, damn. Well,
I felt for I'm familiar with this guy.
I fell for it. I'm an idiot.
Let me try to find his channel because they're hilarious.
Yeah, it was done well. I mean, it was really the terrible video quality that sold me that it was real.
From a long time ago, I looked up the most obese countries. America's 16th, which initially I thought that's not bad, right? By American standards for fatness, like that. The trouble is, all the countries that had a higher obesity rate than us, you don't even know them. Well, watch me. All right, American Samoa was the worst. Then Tokelau, Nauru, the Cook Islands, Palau, Marshall Islands, Tuvalu, Niue,
Star Wars,
Tonga, Samoa, Kiribati,
Tatooine,
Micronesia, Aruba,
Hoth.
Kuwait.
Dagobah.
There's like one of I know that one.
Kuwait's fat. That's surprising.
Cayman Islands, and then America. So it's like we're kind of the fattest real nation.
Yeah, I got another one of these.
After Kuwait, I guess that's.
But all the Mexicans coming here are driving down our average. That's not fair.
I'm not sure that's true. I thought Mexico had a problem with obesity too.
That's what I mean. Is that they're not sending the best. They're sending their fattest. They're ruining our stats. People.
That's it. Trump should come out against obesity.
Not understanding what make us so heavy. Our diet is so healthy.
My number one priority is going to be to end obesity, starting with everyone but me. Yeah.
I've got a little high-speed chase here.
Steve Lawnmower DUI guy steals a cop car. I'm down. I'm ready.
Ready, set, play.
He made a video a week ago. It's called Mud Park, Whiskey, Weed, and Women with Steve Jessup.
These are really funny videos. I'm going to watch some of these. That's great. I know my rights. I need to get back into watching sovereign citizen videos on YouTube.
Oh, those annoy
They're
the
so
fuck out of me.
repetitive.
Well, yeah, that's why I probably am saying I need to get back into it, because you can only watch like 2 and then you're like, oh, it's the same annoying cunt saying the same things.
I have to wonder, like, because I don't know anything about the law. Is there anything for them to stain on? Is it possible to be here without being a U.S. citizen? Like, I didn't opt into this. Can I somehow say, like, you know what? I'm a citizen of the world and I follow maritime laws. No,
that's what you need to look into.
You can certainly relinquish your U.S. citizenship. That's a thing. But then they're going to have to put you in a camp.
Do I not have to pay taxes
if I understand this correctly? They only put my kids.
You're not
in
allowed
the
to
camp.
have a job and therefore no income. If, in that instance, I would think, right?
No illegal immigrants have jobs in this country.
Well, they also don't pay taxes. Hey, did we just come upon a great money-making scheme? We become illegal immigrants.
Boom. And also start a church at the same time, because I'm tired of us skipping over that plot point.
They're into Catholicism, right?
No, I'm saying we need to start our church. We'll become
they'll buy into that. They'll buy into anything.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true.
They think a virgin had a baby. Like I can't even believe she got that over on Joseph, much less a billion other people.
Dude, that woman's lie has caused so many problems.
Would it have been so horrible if she fucked? Right? Does she had to be a virgin? Would it have been so? Would the whole religion not be cool anymore? If it was like, I'm the raw dogger of Jesus.
The most respectable thing about Jesus is that he was absolutely shredded and still turned down pussy. That's what we should be impressed with Christ about.
He turned down. He had a whore, right?
No, he had Mary Magdalene, who was probably all up on his jock.
Wasn't she a whore?
He kept saying, yeah, she was. She was a prostitute. He kept saying no. And I'm saying that he must have had so much Bronze Age gash thrown his way, and he kept turning it down.
I thought he didn't fuck Mary Magdalene.
No. I mean, if he did, it's not in the Bible. So
they cut that part out.
There's a whole lot of trust me, there was no sex here in the Bible that I'm not buying.
The Book of Mary. And also, he didn't like eating pussy.
Much.
Just her bitching about Christ being a selfish lover. That'd be great.
You should watch. I finished Preacher, by the way.
He turned my pussy juice into wine, and I got a horrible UTI.
Can you make this cranberry juice?
Yes. Sorry, Kyle. The Witcher. You're watching that?
Or not The Witcher.
The Preacher. Sorry.
The Preacher.
Yeah, I finished that off. That's a show where they literally go back and they show you Jesus banging this lady, and then they grab his descendant in modern times. Humperdinck. Humperdew. Yeah.
We watched that clip where he's like an inbred retard.
He is an inbred retard. Humperdew. The final season of that show was so pants on head insane that even I had a hard time like sticking it out. I only continued to watch because I had purchased it.
Visually, the guy with anus mouth turned me off from the show.
The butthole mouth guy.
I could hardly watch him.
He tried to kill himself with a shotgun, and he gave himself permanent butthole mouth. It looks like a butthole, and there's this hilarious scene where he's in a gas station bathroom taking a shit, and he's very innocent, butthole mouth man, and he's very religious. But there's a gay guy next to him who keeps tapping his foot under the stall, and he's like, taps him back, hey there.
He doesn't know what the foot tapping means.
Okay. He has no idea. Give him a little tap back. And the guy's like, come on, dude, let's do this. Huh? And you can't understand him because butthole mouth, right? And he's like, do you need some toilet paper? And the guy's like, what the fuck did you say? Dude, just put your mouth to the hole. Let's go. Come on. And he's like, huh? Toilet paper? No, put your mouth on the hole, dude. Let's go. And he puts his butthole mouth right on the hole. And the guy goes, whoa, dude, I said your mouth. What happened to foreplay? It's so gross because it looks just like a fucking asshole. It's,
a butthole with teeth.
Yeah, it's real nasty. Kind. It's a real nasty. It's a fuck show. It takes a lot to offend me, but that show has offended me a few times. It's just too much.
Being offended is pretty refreshing. It's nice.
So, North Korea promised us a Christmas gift, and it seemed like a threat.
AirPods?
And Christmas came and passed without one, and now the military is on high alert after Christmas passed without a gift from North Korea. Like I don't know. North Korea's full of shit, right?
Of course they are. Yeah,
probably.
They say outrageous things.
They're not going to give up their nukes because they see the history of literally every country who's ever been told by the U.S. to, hey, demilitarize and we're going to be cool as cucumbers. And then we end up just dominating them in some shit. So they're not going to get rid of them. But also, they're probably not doing any real shit. What could they do? What could they possibly do? Launch another rocket over Japan? They go into the ocean? Isn't that the scariest thing they've done? And even people in Japan were watching, their crazy ass game shows, not caring about that.
Right? They're like, dude, we have hurricanes and tsunamis all the time.
When that whole thing was going on, it's a shame that I had all my legal stuff going on, and still. But I was looking at what an Airbnb of a badass place cost in South Korea, during the height of that missile crisis. Cool. I was like, you know what? I bet tourism is down. I checked, and sure enough, badass, you're in a high rise where all the walls are windows, like you've got the corner of a high rise, and they've got those edgeless pools and stuff like that, places that you would imagine would be $1,500 a night or something. They were $280, $350, shit like that. It was so cheap to go there on a baller vacation, and I was thinking
can you do drugs in South Korea?
No, they're very hard.
South Korea is.
It's a real thing. Oh yeah, it's a real problem with the no marijuana there.
You're not thinking of Indonesia? It's South Korea too.
It's South Korea too, because I had
Indonesia, Philippines, and Singapore.
I had a friend that went and taught English to the South Koreans, and she was like, "Well, no weed for 2 years. That's a thing." And I was like, "Really? You can't get it there?" She's like, "They'll lock you up. It's 5 years or something." And I was like, "Yeah, glad we're past that."
Well, it's more dangerous to drive high in Asian countries.
Oh, it's dangerous to drive. Oh.
Yeah. South Korea would be really cool to go. If I were to pick one country over there to go visit, I feel like Japan, because they got vending machines with weird shit in it. Obviously, sushi's probably the best because they're Japanese. You can kill a whale. Yeah, there's lots of cool stuff you can do in Japan. I would imagine.
I want to do one of those dolphin slaughterings. Do they have those still?
Absolutely. You can book it as an add-on to a carnival cruise.
Are there smarter animals we could slaughter? If we're gonna kill something that's kind of sentient, like little people.
We said, I was really that joke doesn't work if you don't say. I really gotta rein myself in something. Too much. Too far.
Dolphins are number one, right? Or do whales beat out dolphins? Some kind of whales, maybe?
Maybe whales. Yeah, I know they're so close, but...
Yeah, they got big-ass brains, probably. I don't fucking know.
Elephants, pretty smart.
Right?
Retarded animals, like lobster and crab. We should stop trying
lobsters
to say
are immortal, right?
Animals.
Did you know that? That lobsters are immortal?
I did, yeah. Yeah, they will continue to grow until it gets to the point that their shell can no longer support them, and then they will crush themselves under their own weight once they get so big.
I was at Red Lobster the other day. Those biscuits are amazing, by the way. And I saw one of those little fellows, and I was just like, this one's not living forever.
No, this one's living for the next.
I think
3
I
to 8
found the one
minutes.
that's got maybe 3 days left here.
Yeah, give me the mean one. Give me the one with the eye patch.
I love that. And that season 2 of the Boys is coming too. I think coming soon. I think. Yeah, I love that because there's already a trailer for it.
Boys funny. How does it?
I think it's just the Boys.
No, it's just the Boys. Yeah.
Okay.
I love when Aquaman it tries to rescue the lobster. And he's like, "Yeah, give me that one." And the butcher just goes and does that thing where you cut right down the middle of their skull and insta kill him. And he's like, fuck.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's like shooting the shit with some stupid lobster. Yeah.
He's like, "How's it going?" "Yeah, me too."
Lobster tastes great, but it's also a very overpriced, overrated food, I think. It's more expensive than crab, and crab is way better. The meat is sweeter. There's more of it in a given per weight of the animal. Crab is king over lobster. For sure.
I don't know. I had a lobster pizza appetizer, but then I also had some crab linguine. They're kind of 50-50.
Crab linguine.
They're kind of 50-50 for me. I also had some raw oysters from Red Lobster, right?
Rolling the dice, my friend.
Didn't care. I was like, "You got raw oysters here?" And he was like, "We sure do." And I was like, "Give me half a dozen. Let's go."
What do you pop on those bad boys? You put Tabasco and marinara.
I put a little cocktail sauce on there, just a little bit, a little Tabasco, and there's and horseradish, little dab of horseradish on there, and I just scoop those fuckers up. Don't put them on a cracker or anything lame like that.
Oh, sometimes they're okay on the cracker if you put a bunch of hot sauce on there.
I want the full slugginess of the oyster.
2 things. One, The Boys has not announced a release date, but people are theorizing summer of 2020. So there's that. And I agree that crab tastes better than lobster. But lobster, if you're not as skilled at deshelling as Taylor, gives you more food for effort.
Yeah, or you can just buy something where it's already provided for you, like crab cakes or crab cakes are so good.
No, you're correct there. Crab cakes are good, but I think crab cakes aren't as good as just the crab meat that you tear.
You know what I like?
If you use the crab as a butter shovel, that's the top of the line right there. Just
agreed.
Do you like soft shell crab? Like where
deep fried soft shell crab? Love it.
Where they take the crab's innards, mix it with that breading, and then stuff it back into his fucking body and cook it. And then you eat out of his shell like it's a bowl.
Yeah, that shit's
Can
fantastic.
you imagine the human equivalent to that? Like if there was some creature who did that to us. It's a person's torso with the arms and legs ripped off and the rib cage pulled agape. And it's just stuffed with all of our legs and arm meat that's been mixed with breading and stuffed into us. And the head is just looking on in horror as they just dig out our innards out of our.
Damn, I'm hungry.
Me too.
Me too.
That sounds great.
Well, that's 4 hours. Let's all go get some crab.
Oh yes, I got so much tenderloin in my fridge. I'm gonna eat.
I got nothing.
Too much.
I have Thanksgiving leftovers, which is pretty legit.
I threw the beef stroganoff away after I threw up.
Oh,
probably a good
sorry,
call,
buddy.
Maybe.
Were there any post words
No.
from our good friend? All right, we're good.
Get Quip, Blue Chew.
Check them
Get a
out.
hard dick and clean teeth.
Yeah, you have to guess which is for which. PKA 471.